What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live watch along, the last home game of well, I was going to say enjoyable, but let's say stressful Premier League season, and one that, to be honest, I'm quite looking forward to it being over, if I'm being completely honest. But hopefully we can collect 3 points today and get second, people. Whoop-de-doo. But yeah, it's an interesting one. But big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am wearing the new shirt. I did get it the day it came out. I'll be honest, it's clean, man. It's clean, nice material, nice round neck. We've got the red stripes back, no more of the blue stripes. The little A pattern. It's good, man. It's good. I can't lie. Man said, yo, I got the shirt within an hour of the shop opening, people. You know them ones. I did it purely for the community and to balance the tax sheet as well. Anyway, big up to everyone on this Sunday. Arsenal against Newcastle. Breaking news, people. Isak is out of the Newcastle squad. He has terrorised us for years. He's basically the kryptonite for Arsenal, and he is not available today for Newcastle. I mean, if ever there was a time to beat Newcastle, listen, I'm just thinking actually, the last time Newcastle beat us and Callum Wilson was up front is when I actually ripped the shirt. So, I hope this round neck doesn't tear apart easily. No, obviously, there's nothing that can get me that angry today, to be honest. Isak has a groin strain and he's not in the Newcastle squad. People saying he's missed the game on purpose because he's going to sign for us in the summer. I don't think so, somehow. But anyway, big up Keros, big up everyone in the chat. Isak not in the squad. Surely we beat this Newcastle team. No Joe Linton as well, who usually bullies the living daylights out of our midfield. So Odegaard will be a relieved man. Is this also a warning sign to Arsenal, people? Isak injuries. If you're talking, 130, 140 million plus, is Isak too injury prone to spend that kind of money? Let's have a look actually at how many games he's played this season just to get an idea. Because sometimes you label people injury prone and they're not. Well, last season he played 30 out of 38, and this season he's played 33 out of 36. This will be the 4th game that he's missed this season. So 4 games is not really that injury prone. Last season was 8 games, a little bit worse. Yeah. The year before, actually, he only played... no, they got him late. He only played 22 that season, actually. So his first season was his most injury prone. So, yeah, there we go. But is he worth the 150? We're not going to get him anyway, let's be real. We ain't getting Isak. But, yeah, he's not in the squad today. In terms of... we still linked with Higuain. This is about how late we would probably get him. Ben White starts today, people, at right back. Benny Blanco is back in the Arsenal team. And Timber is out of the squad with a knock, which Arteta said in the week, even though he was on the bench against Liverpool, he wasn't fully fit. He was there purely just to kind of make up the numbers. And he is out of the squad today. Forest have just scored there, 2-0. But we'll talk about the other scores shortly. And Kai Havertz returns to the bench, people. He returns to the bench. So the donkey is back, people. Big up Ash, who said he's just at the Emirates. Enjoy. Last home game. What is that? You're looking at Jorginho, Sterling, probably Zinchenko, Tierney, Neto. Who else? Maybe even Thomas Partey. Maybe Trossard. Maybe Martinelli. All of these players, it could be their last game for the club. You never know. Certainly a few of them. Definitely Neto, Tierney, Jorginho, Sterling. That's for sure. But anyway, let's go through the Arsenal team, people. David Raya in goal. Back four, Ben White, Lewis Skelly, Kivior and Saliba. Midfield, Partey, Rice and Odegaard. Front three, Martinelli, Saka and Trossard. Now, they've listed it as Trossard as the striker. I'm hoping that Martinelli's playing up front. I thought he did well up front last week against Liverpool, scored a good goal. We've seen Trossard up front. It doesn't look great. Put Martinelli up front, man. Come on. And then the bench, like we said, Neto, Tierney, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Sterling, Havertz, Calafiori, Nwaneri, and Butler. Ant just said it there, and I'm actually in agreement with you almost. The only one, obviously, that's not going to go is Calafiori. But realistically, that whole bench, I would sell that whole bench, to be honest. Neto has been useless. Tierney, good player. Shame he's leaving. Zinni, gone. Jorginho, gone. Sterling, gone. Havertz, I'd get rid of him. Calafiori has not been good. 5 injuries. Nwaneri, quality. Butler, I mean, do we even know what he looks like? Is he even a real person? I'd get rid of nearly all of that bench. Neto's a loan. Tierney's a free. Zinni, you'd want 15 to 20 million. Jorginho's a free. Neto's a loan. I'd be happy if we could get 25 million for Havertz, considering the wage, 275. I don't think any top club would get him, but maybe Leverkusen. Calafiori, I'd give him another year, definitely, but I haven't been impressed. Nwaneri's class. Butler, I mean, what's the point? Yeah, quick sell settings on FIFA, people. You know what I mean? Just give me some coins. The Newcastle team. Nick Pope in goal. Botman, Shaw, Byrne, and Livramento. Midfield, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. And then I don't know what system they're playing here because they've got like 3 wingers on the pitch. So maybe one of them's going to play in the 10. But Murphy, Harvey Barnes, and Anthony Gordon with Wilson up front. Isak is out of the squad with a small groin strain. And surely... Yeah, the last time Wilson was up front, his tooth was hanging out and he knocked us out of the Champions League qualification. So, yeah, crazy. Crazy scenes, people. But, yeah, we'll have to see how it works out. Surely we go 3-point collecting today with no Isak, man. It's a joke if they still manage to get the better of us. With no Isak, who... seems to be our nemesis every time we play against them, to be honest. Before we go to building up to the game, we got a lot of transfer stories and that. Today's show is sponsored by Proton VPN. Shout out to them for supporting the channel throughout this season and hopefully beyond. Maybe on the tour as well. Scan the QR code. The link is in the description below. Use the code CurtisShawTV to get 3 months free, people. And you need it for your holidays. Keep yourself safe. And big up to Proton for supporting the channel. It was a brilliant stream yesterday. I probably enjoyed that stream more than I'm going to enjoy this stream. If you weren't in the stream, I was a full-on Crystal Palace fan yesterday. All right, full-on Palace fan. I wanted City to lose. I wanted City to go trophyless. The game is the game. But then when everything calmed down, you sort of sat there and you went, hang on a minute. Crystal Palace have just won an FA Cup. They're at Wembley. 85,000 fans. They're lifting silverware. Eze's scoring the winner. What's my team doing? My team's sitting at home watching this on the TV. We should have been at Wembley yesterday. Sunny afternoon in London, 85,000 fans, FA Cup final against Man City, lifting silverware. Saliba, Gabriel, Odegaard, these guys ain't touched silverware at Arsenal. They ain't won nothing. Nothing at the club. It's crazy. So listen, I love the fact that we're aiming for the Champions League and we're aiming for the Prem, but in the meantime, grab a couple FA Cups. Grab a couple Carabao Cups. Because Glasner's been there 1 season and won an FA Cup. Now, people saying, yeah, but Arteta won it in his first season. That's fine. But what's he done the following 5 years? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Ain't even made a final. Nah, man. I put some grenades out on Twitter. Because I wasn't happy. I was not happy. How as an Arsenal fan am I looking at Crystal Palace going, I wish we were doing that? And people go, yeah, but we finished second. They finished 12th. Crystal Palace. They're not going to finish second. They don't have the money. They don't have the fan base. They don't have the infrastructure to do that. I was not happy. I was happy that Palace won. Really happy that they beat City. 70 odd years. In fact, they haven't won a trophy at all. It was Newcastle who haven't won it in 70 years. But it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And then Arteta puts out this interview this morning on Sky saying injuries and red cards have cost us this season. I'm like, bro, you need to take some accountability for this season as well. You can't blame everybody else. You've got to look in the mirror and go, my transfer window wasn't good enough. My recruitment was poor. My tactics have fallen short. You wait till the 70th minute to even make a substitution. You got knocked out the FA Cup to the worst Manchester United team we've ever seen in Premier League history with 10 men. You got pumped by Newcastle, home and away in the semi-final. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'm sorry. But listen, well done to Eddie Nketiah, a.k.a. Axel Foley, a.k.a. Norbit, a.k.a. Nutty Professor, and Matt Turner, a.k.a. Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? Even he had a gold medal around his neck. And he's one of the worst goalkeepers I've seen at Arsenal after Runarsson and Almunia. So, nah, man, not happy. Not happy at all, man. It was... and then the excuses as well. Like I said, I just want to hear the manager. Do you know what's interesting? Arteta did an interview after the first season of not winning the league saying he nearly quit that summer because he felt responsible for Arsenal not winning the league. And yet, what, 2 seasons later? Nothing. Nothing. No responsibility, just excuses. It's mad, people. It's mad. Hey, shout out Lee in the chat, man. Shout out Lee Gunner, man. Big up. I thought he'd be live by now. Maybe he's going live at 4, but big him up, man. Listen, it's one of them, innit, where at the start, people will go mad at you for your opinions. And then eventually it sort of balances itself out. And then people realize there's a lot of truth in what people are saying. Some guy messaged me, right, in the comments, and he said something. I can't forget what, I forget what he said word for word, but he was saying something along the lines of, like, as if I wanted Arteta to fail, and what I was saying about him was negative. And I said, you burying your head in the sand and making excuses for every shortcoming of the club, I think that's more negative than somebody calling out the club for what they're doing wrong. So when people go, "Oh, you're one of the ones that's negative about the manager," I actually think that's a positive if you're constructive with how you say it. If I came on this show every day and just went, "Listen, Arteta, this, he's brilliant, he's gonna win things, blah blah blah," that's nothing but hope. That's nothing but hope. There's no evidence to suggest he's going to win anything. Yeah, we've got close, but there's no evidence. So when people go, "Listen, he'll win everything," well, based on what? What are you basing that on? If you can give me factual evidence, I'll get along with that. But at the moment, there's no evidence. This was the year to win the league with no Pep Guardiola. Wait until you see Pep. If he gets man like Florian Wirtz and Reinders and them kind of players they're being linked with. So for me, listen, I could easily come on this channel. I told you a long time ago, people. Anybody that wants to set up a YouTube channel or a Twitter account and you want massive numbers, go on Twitter, big up everything the club does, hype up every player that we're linked with, right? Set up a YouTube channel, support everything the club does, hype up Arteta, and you will get thousands of followers. That is the blueprint for success as an Arsenal content creator. I guarantee you. They'll invite you to the training ground. They'll probably send you the shirt early. They'll put you on the All or Nothing documentary. The blueprint, is right there. It's actually riskier to call the club out for the things that they're doing wrong if you want to be successful. And that's how crazy it is. When people say, "Oh, you're doing that for likes," actually, I'm probably making it more difficult for myself by calling out the club on the things that they're doing wrong. Have you guys seen what happened to the kit man? Are we going to talk about, because I didn't know the full details until yesterday. Have you seen the kit man that Arsenal just got rid of for speaking out about what he believes in? If you haven't, just go on Twitter, people, and type in the kit man sacked to Arsenal. He's taking Arsenal to court. But if I speak, I'm suspended at least 6 months, people. So we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Anyway, M said Fabrizio posting Josh Kroenke capping PR machine. Yeah, man. Well, I've got them quotes actually from Josh. HR, you seem happy after Man City going trophyless. Do you know how bad it is, yeah? When your own team isn't winning anything, and the most joy that you get out of a season is one of the other teams not winning anything. That's really poor, really, isn't it? That's really, really poor. One of my biggest plus points of the season is Manchester City losing in a cup final. I mean, that's shameless. I'm going to be sitting here on Wednesday night watching Man United against Tottenham. Probably hoping, well, yeah, really, we're looking for a Man United win. Not that I want Man United to win, but I've got no choice. That's how weak you've made us as a fan base, that we're having to support an op that we don't like because we don't like the other ops even more. That's a disgraceful season. That's an absolute shocking season, people. But that's where we're at, people. That's the reality. Let's go Knickerbockers. Come on, Knicks. That's what I mean. Listen, NBA playoffs, Knicks v Pacers, and then Minnesota or OKC or the Nuggets in the final. Let's go. That Brunson 11 jersey's pending. Phil said, I can't see any club taking Havertz. Maybe Leverkusen, but I looked the other day. I think their highest paid players on 125. So how are they going to deal with 275? Arsenal would have to pay a lot of that. Jay Dime, why does the manager have a weekly show on Sky Sports? I mean, what? He loves an excuse, don't he? He loves an excuse. Donna, big up Big C. Curtis, be honest, if an offer to swap Odegaard for Bruno, would you take him? He's a better player. He's a better player. The only thing that put me off Bruno is he's a bit older, but what Odegaard's doing at the moment, what's the point? What's the point, really? Odegaard is not as good as Bruno Fernandes. And that's just the reality of the situation. KV, is that authentic? I bought the 85 one. I didn't buy the 120 one. That's the player's version, right? 120 is ridiculous. Oh, Forest should have scored again. I've lived on hopium for 20 years. It's time for rehab. You would have never thought, wouldn't you, like as an Arsenal fan, sitting there, seeing Wenger lift a gold Premier League. Yeah, that's the last one you'll see for 2 decades, mate. I'm convinced that there is a curse in that gold trophy. Honestly. We were cursed. They took us to such a great height that we've never been there since. Can we get Sean Dyche? I mean, listen, final game at Goodison today for Everton. What a win. But this Arteta, mate, he's a fraud. He's allergic to trophies. That's the most we can get. I'm not in the zone right now with Sean Dyche because he's left the Prem, you know. But yeah, there you go. He's allergic to trophies, people. Start, bench, sell, dishwasher, AC, good internet. We need that. We need the good internet. The dishwasher, yeah, we need that. Keep that on the bench. AC will survive without that. We'll get the fans spinning. It's not warm that often in this country anyway. New Everton Stadium is nice. Yeah, it looks massive. It does look good. And they've got a good fan base. I think they'll fill it as well. They've got big support in Liverpool, so I reckon they will. Yeah, we don't need AC in England, man. It's warm for about 12 days a year. Darren Farley, I'm hoping to get him on at the end of the season. He's gone full-time on YouTube now, so hopefully I'll be able to get him on. Let's get into a few stories. So I saw the argument. I saw the debate. Robbie and that was talking about these links, Arsenal to Brian and Mbeumo. Being linked to Arsenal. Team News and Tickets, who at one stage you was thinking, this guy's onto something. He really seems to have good links, but then his last few feel like he's really, you know, when these accounts come out, you kind of give them a chance. You think, okay, maybe it's someone with inside information at the club. And then you think, he gets a few wrong, and all of a sudden you think it's just guesswork at the end of the day. But he's come out and said, after the data team identified him last summer, Arsenal are targeting Brian and Mbeumo again. I'm told talks are progressing, but they aren't the only team in for him. Apparently, Newcastle are actually the front runners to get him. Now, I saw the debate Robbie and Turkish was having, and Robbie was saying, get Mbeumo. And Bremer's actually scored today as well. So I want to make it abundantly clear. I'm not taking anything away from him. I think he's actually a very good player. But my problem with Mbeumo is quite simply he's a right winger and we need a left winger. I can't explain it in any more simple terms. Like, we are not desperate for a right winger if you've got Saka and Nwaneri's the backup. You're not going to... I don't think in the summer that we're going to have, you're going to go and spend 40 million on a right winger to put him on the bench. It doesn't make sense. And then are you going to sign a right winger and put him on the left and hope that it works of him on the left? It don't make no sense. So Rodrigo or Mbeumo, it's quite simple. I want the Champions League winner. That's who I want. I want the guy that is a natural left winger. Why do we do this at Arsenal? It's only Arsenal do this. I tell you what, lads, we're desperate for a left back, so I'll buy a centre back and play him left back. Yeah, we need a left winger, so I'll buy a right winger and play him on the left. Yeah, I need a striker, so I'll buy an attacking midfielder and play him up front. No, no, no. Stop all that. You need a striker, buy a striker. You need a left winger, buy a left winger. And Mbeumo is a very good footballer, right? I'm not taking anything away from him. His numbers this season are fantastic, by the way. Scored again today. I think he missed a penalty, somebody said. I think Leno saved the penalty from him. Brilliant player. But does he win us a title? I don't think so. Do you want him on the left? Not for me personally. He's not a left winger. So if Arsenal go for Mbeumo as their winger signing, it's square pegs in round holes again. I don't really see the angle that they're doing there. I don't get it. I wouldn't understand. And all that data thing again as well. We've been down that road before, and it's a dark road. They signed Mustafi because he had the most interceptions in Spanish football. Look at the state of him. They signed El Neni because he'd completed more passes than any other player in Europe. Look how that one worked out. So all that data stuff that they go with, they need to calm down with that. They need to calm down. Do the eye test and buy the right player. And Mbeumo, good player, 40 million apparently available for. And Mbeumo, in my opinion, does not win Arsenal a Premier League. He'd be better off going to Newcastle and playing on the right ahead of Jacob Murphy. That makes more sense. So yeah, Mbeumo for me is a no-no. It's a no-no for me. I ain't trying to see Mbeumo at Arsenal. Been waiting for a left winger since Alexis Sanchez. You want Brian Mbeumo? Not for me, fella. Not for me. He's a right winger. So nah, I'm not on that as a signing. One that I would go for, if when I just say this, if we can't get the big blockbuster left winger, which would be Rodrigo. Rodrigo is the one I want. TalkSport, their sources aren't great, but Arsenal are genuine contenders to sign Rodrigo. Amid rumours, the Brazilian is unsettled at Madrid. The problem that I've got with Rodrigo is not him, by the way, as a player. Because Alonso's coming in as a new manager, is he going to have a different outlook on him and say, look, I want to keep him, but I just don't see how. Apparently, he doesn't like playing on the right. You're not going to drop Vinicius Jr. on the left for Rodrigo. So I reckon Real Madrid might take that out of Alonso's hands and say, listen, if somebody pays big money for him, he's going regardless of what you think. Now, I know a lot of people say Rodrigo doesn't score enough goals, and I get that. But how many players are playing on the wing of the foot that they are and scoring a lot of goals? Not many. Rodrigo's a right footer playing on the right. If he goes on the left, with his game intelligence, with his dribbling ability, I think he's a game changer for us on the left. People have to understand, we've got Martinelli and Trossard. The standard is not that high right now, people. No disrespect to those two. They're both decent players, but none of them are that good. And I think Rodrigo, I think Madrid would sell him at the right price. I think they'd let him go. 70, 80 million quid, I think they would sell him. Because he's not happy there. Madrid sell players, and they need to balance the books. They're paying massive signing on fees to Mbappe and to Trent and one or two other players. So, yeah, Lookman, listen, there's good options out there, but Rodrigo would be a good one. My backup plan. Let's say Arsenal spend most of their money on centre mid, striker, whatever else. You may not all agree with me on this one, but Leroy Sané currently has no intention of accepting Bayern's latest contract offer. As it stands, he will be a free agent this summer. Now, some of you will say Leroy Sané is past his best. What are you thinking? We don't want him. Again, I ask you all this. Is Leroy Sané better than Trossard and Martinelli? For me, it's yes. 11 goals, 5 assists in the Bundesliga this season. Free agent. I'm not saying that should be top of the list, by the way. There are 4 or 5 that I would put above him. You know, your Lookmans, your Rodrigos. But on a free, I think he's better than what we've got. If Arsenal didn't want to spend big money in that area. I'm just saying. A lot of people have written him off. This guy was ripping Arsenal to bits last season. How many goals he got in all competition this season? 14 goals, 5 assists in all comps. It's better than a lot of our wingers. Rafa Leao is the one. Leao's expensive, though, and he doesn't defend that much. And Arteta's obsessed with defending wingers who defend. Rosa said, Sané would be lit for you guys, to be honest. Play him on the left and he'd cook. Listen, I think he's better than both of our left wingers. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's who we should go for. But as a free agent, I think he'd be all right. You think Sterling level? I don't think so. I think Sterling is finished. I think Sané could still do a job. But listen, he's worked with Arteta before, so maybe he would take him. It would be interesting. It would be interesting. But listen, I think what we're realising is a lot of options. Cherky came out yesterday. I think his agent came out and said he'll be leaving. He's got a 25 million release clause as well. We need bench depth. Yeah, our bench is weak. He's better on the right. Yeah, maybe. Listen, I'm just throwing options out there. Last home game of the season. Yeah, man, we got to get 3,000 likes today. There's over 3,000 people in the chat already. 26 minutes until kickoff, people. I think what we know is that there's options this summer. And Bramo's got a year left. Sané's out of contract. Rodrigo wants to leave. There's no excuse for Arsenal to not handle business this summer, is what I'm saying. Whoever that is and however much money they want to spend, there's loads of options out there if they want to do that. Did you see the Josh quote? We're going to talk about Josh Kroenke. He always writes notes at the end of the season. And he's wrote a few. I mean, I'm not going through all of them, just going through some of the main quotes. He said, we plan to invest to get behind winning and doing better next season. We're delighted we have our sporting director, Andrea, who will play an important role in this. He is part of a unified and strong team supported by the board who are crystal clear on exactly what we need to do and the way in which we want to do it. The right way, the Arsenal way. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, West Ham have just scored a banger, Jared Bowen. I'm actually surprised Jared Bowen's never been looked at for a move as well. He scores a lot of goals. All this Josh Kroenke talk is just PR. I'll believe it when I see it, bro. I ain't interested in none of it. Show me the evidence. I look at Josh Kroenke the way I look at Mikel Arteta. You talk a lot, you ain't doing enough. That's where I'm at with this guy. Unprecedented summer and all that conversation, they would say, all right, cool, let's see it. Let's see it. I think every Arsenal fan at the moment, all of our hope is on Andrea Berta. That's all of our hope. That he comes in and sort of shakes the place up and says, listen, all this PR, all this Project Youth, I ain't interested. I'm a winner. I won at Atletico, and I want to win here. Surely he hasn't come to Arsenal to be a backup dancer. You know what I mean? So it's a whole heap of nothing, really. Curtis, 10 million to invest in a training ground for the Rams, pennies for Arsenal. I mean, if you look at these guys, the investments that they're trying to do at the moment, I saw something the other day. They want to build a whole new training complex for the LA Rams. Apparently, they want to build some new train access. We were reading. The difference is night and day. When's the last time Stan Kroenke was at Arsenal? Look at this. Rams' new headquarters to be the centerpiece of the Warner Center development project in the LA Times. Rams owner Stan Kroenke plans to build a state-of-the-art team headquarters as part of a residential and retail project in the Woodland Hills that could cost more than $10 billion. Just $10 billion, people. You know what I mean? We can't get 60 million for a striker. Kroenke and the global architectural firm Gensler plan to submit his proposal to LA city officials within the coming weeks. The 100-acre site could begin as early as 2027 and could take a decade to complete. It is worth saying that the whole 10 billion isn't out of his pocket. It says there are multiple investors, although Stan will be the leader of this. Yeah, just 10 billion for the LA Rams. While we're training on a car park and begging for a striker, and when the Dogs doing dumps outside the Sky Sports interview. But apart from that, be excited, guys. Be excited. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Josh. Lovely quotes, mate. Oh, yeah, and his wife owns Walmart, by the way, and she's got even more money than him. So if he was ever short of a few billion, he's only got to ask the wife. She's worth even more than he is. So, yeah. There's probably 30 billion between them. And we're out here begging for crumbs off the plate. But, yeah. I could do a whole 2-3 hour show on the Kroenkes, to be honest. And this guy sacked the Denver Nuggets coach because he wasn't happy with the season they were having. But he's got no problem with the seasons that we're having. And they won the NBA championship 18 months ago. Anyway, let's move on. If I start talking about the Kroenkes, I'll miss the whole game. I'll be waffling for 2-3 hours because it's just frustrating. Let's try and be excited. Victor Gyökeres scored last night. Sporting Lisbon won the league last night, by the way. Back-to-back league titles for Sporting Lisbon. Over the years, Portuguese league recently has been dominated by Porto and Benfica. Gyökeres, back-to-back Portuguese titles. Tears in his eyes at the end of the game, waving to the fans. Fabrizio comes out today. Despite public statements, Victor Gyökeres will surely leave Sporting this summer with a fee already agreed. Package worth around 65 million euros can be enough to get the green light from Sporting, as agreed with Gyökeres months ago. Discussions with top European clubs continue. There's a lot of reports that after next weekend, it's going to be revealed where he's going. Because they're in the cup final next weekend against Benfica. So we will see. It worries me. Like when he says discussions with top European clubs, you know, I want somebody to say he's going to Arsenal. I don't want to hear that he's talking to clubs because some of the journalists have made it seem like this is already a done deal. He's going to Arsenal. But then some of the others are like, yo, this is still up in the air. Man United still think they can get him if they qualify for the Champions League. I see Man United fans going crazy today because he's following Bruno Fernandes on Instagram. So they're saying, oh, he's following the captain of Man United. Is he asking him questions about United? I just don't want to get excited. I've had this worry all season that we end up with Seska. We'll end up with that giraffe at Arsenal. But let's see what happens, man. It looks like he is on it. 65 million euros. You're looking at less than 60 million pound. It's an absolute bargain. We have got to get that deal done somehow. Seriously. If we miss out on him, I would be so angry. Fugazi, big up with the super chat, bro. And Jashar, big up Curtis, my guy. I'm buzzing. An amazing feeling as a Palace fan. Eagles. Listen, I think everybody who wasn't a Man City fan wanted Crystal Palace to win yesterday. That was a brilliant game. I'll be honest, when I turned up for that watch-along, I thought City will dominate this game. and they'll beat them, and it'll be a boring watch along. The moment Palace made it 1-0, I thought we got a proper cup final. Now, I was shocked that they kept a clean sheet. I think what was obvious yesterday, there's 4 or 5 players at Palace that clubs should be trying to buy. I think that Munoz looks very good. Gahey at centre back. Henderson had a great game. I'm not saying clubs will be desperate for Henderson. I don't think he's amazing, but he had a great game. Wharton, very good centre midfielder. Eze, of course, I would love Eze to join Arsenal. And Mateta, I think, is a very good striker as well. I think there's a good 4 or 5 players that I think a couple of them will move. Win doing dumps, you know what I mean? The only thing we've won is that dog. And even that ain't worked. Few people in the chat saying know a lot about the Kroenke. What I might do, right? Season finishes next Sunday. So I think we'll do a show about the Kroenkes, and some of you get involved in the show. Give me some information, especially people who live in America and know a lot about how they operate and the clubs they own and things like that. I'm not necessarily saying that they're robbing Arsenal to feed their clubs in America. I'm not saying that's the case. But what I'm saying is the level of investment and care in Arsenal seems to be nowhere near the level of the clubs over there. The Rams have won the Super Bowl. The Nuggets have won the NBA championship. These clubs are winning. Even if they only win once or twice, they can say, listen, we won the biggest prize. Arsenal ain't got nothing. We just got the dog walking around the training ground. So we'll definitely do a show regarding that, and you guys let me know. Because I'm sure you know more about the situation and how much money they are spending. Let me know, Curtis. I got all the deets on the Kroenkes and the Whartons. Yeah, no problem. I'll definitely let you go. 15 minutes till kickoff. By the way, today is a very big game. Not for... I said, bro has beef with the club's dog. No, man, I want us to win trophies, not dogs. I don't actually mind the dog. Labrador, nice dog, but keep out of the way. And change the name as well. Change the name. Yeah, member stream the week after the Southampton game. End of season member stream. We will be there, people. Slight delay. I should have done it last month. You're not wrong. But today is an interesting game. I mean, for me, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. What's the difference? What's the difference? How's this guy coming off with a chain round his neck? He must have tucked it in. Man's moving like Ricardo Fuller when he had the diamond earrings in at Stoke. This Dominguez guy had a chain round his neck. He must have pulled it out as he was walking off. I'll be honest, today, from what I've seen, tickets weren't as available on Ticket Exchange. I think a lot of Arsenal fans wanted to go today. Last home game of the season. A number of players who will be gone at the end of the season. Sunny day in London. It's a decent game to go and watch. I think a lot of people wanted to see Isak. Obviously, him not playing might help us actually win the game. But on one hand, if we get beat today and Newcastle go above us in the league, I think it could get quite toxic there today, I'll be honest. I think it's like a volcano that's bubbling up and it's just waiting to erupt. So I think Arteta, a draw will obviously keep them away. Wilson's tooth's hanging out. Well, as I said, Callum Wilson was the guy who caused the shirt to be ripped. So I hope this one's quite strong. Right now, we ain't ripping shirts no more. You know what I mean? It's 2025, man. 2025. What's going on? I can't talk today. Inflation is real, people. Why are we so relaxed? We haven't secured top 5. I mean, as I said, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Who cares? We're in the Champions League. We'll beat Southampton probably 3 or 4-0 next week. No pressure FC in the sunshine with Ramsdale in goal. You should DM him, say he owes you a shirt. That would be great. But if I ever see him and I say, oh, you caused me to rip that. Yeah, we're not winning the league. So it is what it is. It's all the same to me. But I would like to see a good performance today. just to at least go into next season with some confidence. We need C unit chains. Yeah, but I know. I've been talking about merch for about 3 years on this channel, haven't I? Let's try and get that sorted over the summer. Will the Knicks win the championship? The Knicks are like Arsenal, you know, they're very difficult to trust. We beat Real Madrid, you start to believe next minute you're knocked out, you know, and with the Knicks, they've just beat the Celtics. So now you start to believe, but it wouldn't surprise me if Indiana knocked out the Knicks. So I hope so, man. I hope so. One thing's for sure, that city will absolutely erupt if they win a championship. I'm telling you now, that whole city will be... I've seen people climbing on top of buses. The videos were mad. If you haven't seen them videos, go and check out the videos of the Knicks fans celebrating that win. It's wild. Absolutely wild, the scenes. 12 minutes until kickoff, people. Jamie Vardy scored his 200th goal. I am actually delighted for him. I feel like I've been a part of that journey. I played against him when he was at Fleetwood. I was at Mansfield. He was a very good player then in the lower leagues, but the career he's had is just unbelievable. It's his last home game, or is it his last appearance altogether? Anyway, if he had 199 goals, he scored today. That's got him to 200 goals, which is an incredible achievement, man. So yeah, I think he's had an unbelievable career. Unbelievable career. Won the Prem, won the FA Cup, played in the Champions League, scored for England. Great career. Indiana are more physical. They are tough. Big C, you got to return the new shirt if we end up losing. Tags are still about. I did rip the tags off, but I've still got them. They can easily get clipped back on the sleeve and get the money back if necessary. Yeah, Vardy's had a great career. Listen, as I said, I will never do the ITK thing, but I know I have very good info on Leicester. I think I've shared the story before, but he was at Arsenal's training ground ready to sign. Wenger messed the deal up by telling him he might have to play out wide sometimes because he loved Giroud so much. So that year after Vardy won the Golden Boot, he would have been straight at Arsenal. And we would have had Kante as well, but we messed that one up as well. Because Wenger wouldn't pay the agent fee, and instead he bought Granit Xhaka. Imagine not buying Golden Boot winning Jamie Vardy for £22 million and not buying N'Golo Kante, who's one of the best box-to-box midfielders we've ever seen in the Prem, and buying Xhaka instead of N'Golo Kante. I mean, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, Arsene Wenger. You certainly put... he put a real downer on what was an incredible start to his Arsenal career, Arsene Wenger. As I said many times on this channel, I'm glad that Wenger had left Arsenal before I started a YouTube channel, because I wouldn't have wanted to have been criticising him so heavily on a public domain, you know. I did say some things behind closed doors, you know, but putting them out there on YouTube and hammering Wenger, I'm glad I didn't have a channel at the time, even though I'd have probably had about 500,000 subscribers, because them days there, the numbers were flying through the roof. But yeah, he dropped a few clangers, did Wenger. Anyway, looking ahead to today's game, we've done a lot of transfer talk. Just to recap, Arsenal being linked with Mbeumo, Leroy Sané set to leave Bayern on a free. Would you take him? Links to Rodrigo again. Personally, I wouldn't sign Mbeumo. He's a right winger. We need a left winger. I want Rodrigo. Gyökeres, Fabrizio saying he's going to leave, but will he go to Arsenal? Man United being linked with him again. And Cherki announcing that he is leaving Lyon this summer for £25 million. Should someone buy him? I didn't think he actually played that well against Man United, but he's a very silky, talented player. That new Lyon kit, by the way, is fire. That is a sick kit, man. I really like that kit. The gold Adidas badge as well. Him and Lacquer. Did they win today? Look at this new Lyon kit, man. I swear down, this kit's... Let's have a look at this kit. Surely Lacazette can have a word. Look at the gold Adidas badge as well. It's It's probably a version of Arsenal as well. They got the Emirates Fly Better Adidas as well. Very similar, but that's a nice kit, man. Him and Lacazette celebrate. I think Laka scored his 201st goal. Big up Laka, man. Laka is a player I got a lot of respect for. He wasn't great at Arsenal. He wasn't terrible, but I always put a good shift in. He scored some big goals for us. He kind of realised quickly that Aubameyang was the main man. He was a good, like, supporting cast, you know, Robin, Batman and Robin type of thing, you know. They won 2-0 yesterday, did they? And Laka scored both, actually. Fair play to him. Cherky assist. Yeah, there you go. 25 minutes. It was Laka threat by the end and Twerkazette and all that, so it definitely didn't end well. But he was player of the year under Unai Emery. So, yeah, Merch, I'm telling you, man, I don't like... You know, I always say it is a bit of a contradiction to say Kroenke out and then buy the new shirt. But I like this kit. I think it's way better than last season's. It's all kicking off. Forest against West Ham. Milenkovic and Alvarez having a scrap. French Darren Bent. Lakalele. Oh, that is a banger. He didn't go live with Ben Jacobs because we would have lit him up. Well, the community aren't always the most patient when Ben comes on the channel, so the pre-recorded version seemed to make more sense. But big him up, man. He confirmed that Berta had met with Cunha, and yeah. Cooper said out of that 800 billion, honestly, more than PR, probably half will be paid by American taxpayers. Curtis, you're a legend, the best. Thank you, says Cooper. Big up Fugazi with the super sticker as well, bro. Big up your damn self. What channel is this game on? Why am I just watching? I'm confused here. It says Arsenal v Newcastle. Oh, there was so much time added on in this game. I get it. 103rd minute. They had 11 minutes added on. Now they're having a little fight at the end of the game. We're getting no pre-match build-up. Oh, it's on Sky Sports main event. No, it's not. No pre-match build-up to Arsenal. Guys, let's get 1,000 likes before the game starts. There's nearly 4,000 people in the chat. I think we're about 170 away from 94k as well. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. And remember, we're sponsored by Proton VPN. Scan the QR code or the link in the description. Kickoff is in 5 minutes. We got 700 likes, people. We're getting no pre-match build-up because Sky are still showing the Forest game. And this game should have finished about 10 minutes ago. So we're getting no build-up. Saliba's 100th appearance for Arsenal. How many more appearances will we get from him? Will we get him to 200, 300? Or will this be the last 100 that he plays for Arsenal, you know? Will he be at Madrid in the next year or two? This referee's booking everyone. Yellow cards left, right and centre, man. What's going on here? Because Isak isn't in the Newcastle team, I feel like I've got to predict an Arsenal win, to be honest. I'll be disappointed if we don't win. And there's still a good team, but he's not even on the bench either. We got to be winning. We got to be winning today. He's lost 3 times to Eddie Howe. If he gets beaten by Eddie Howe today, it's a shambles. It really is. Just looking at it, no Marino. Marino's suspended. Declan Rice passed the late fitness test. No Joel Linton, yeah. No Joel Linton, who is their powerhouse in midfield, who usually just beats up Martin Odegaard. And no Isak, who's their best player, really, who just destroys us every time we play them. 2 of his main players not playing. Newcastle definitely lack squad depth. If they can address their squad, they'll have a very good team next season. This is our last home game of the season, people. It says if we lose, it will be the first time in history that a club has beat Arsenal 4 times in the same season. So Arteta will not want that. 106 minutes gone in this game. The Arsenal game starts in 3 minutes, and Sky haven't even tuned into the Arsenal game yet. They're probably telling this referee in his ear, blow the whistle. Right, the whistle's gone. Some people, sometimes common sense ain't so common, is it? They're showing this game on 2 Sky Sports channels. Why not have it on one channel and not have it on the other channel? Then you can get the Arsenal build-up. Anyway, Leahy said we're known for breaking the wrong record, so we're probably losing today. Forest are delighted with that win. Massive win. That gives them a chance in the Champions League. Let's see what that's done. All right, the players are actually on the pitch already. Thanks for the build-up. This is what we're paying for. Where does that put Forest? Forest, oh, they're still 7th. Wow. Oh, my days. That race for top 4 is insane. Let me show you guys the top of the Premier League. There's like a point separating about 4 different teams. Next week, when we do the watch-along, I think we're just going to do a general all the games next week. I'll have the Arsenal game on, but that race for top 4 is absolutely crazy. It's the only thing left, really, in the Prem. Relegated teams already sorted. Title winners already sorted. The race for top 4 is crazy. Now, the shirt is decent. I'm not going to lie. The one this season I thought was average, but this one, I think it's better. Look how close this is. Forest are 7th on 65 points. Man City are 6th, 65 points, but they do have 2 games. So you'd expect City to get in the Champions League. I think they got Bournemouth at home in the week. Villa, 5th, 66 points. Chelsea, 4th, 66 points. Newcastle, 3rd, 66 points. And Arsenal, 2nd, 68 points. So there's only 3 points separating 7th all the way up to 2nd. If we were to get beat today, we would actually have to look over our shoulders next week against Southampton. I mean, Southampton drew 0-0 with Man City last week. So we got to be careful. Make sure we at least get a point out of today. 14 draws this season. Newcastle have scored more goals than us. Do you know what's crazy about Arsenal? We got the best defence in the Premier League. Which just shows you, don't it? If our attack had got sorted, what could have happened this season? We're 17 goals behind Liverpool. That's where the title is. That's where the title is. It's as simple as that. We just don't have enough goals. Yeah, honestly, next week I might be doing a watch-along on the top 4 games. I'll put Arsenal on, but I don't think that will even be the main focus. City, I mean, I'd love City to drop out of the Champions League. Let's have a look. Well, Chelsea have actually got Forest at the City ground, so that is a huge game. That's probably going to be my watch-along. I'll put Arsenal on the tablet. We'll watch it on there, but on the TV, I think I'll be watching that. So if Forest beat Chelsea, they're guaranteed to finish above them. Man City have got Fulham away, but they've got Bournemouth at home in the week. Villa have got Man United away, but they'll probably win that anyway. Man United will either be devastated they've just lost in the Europa League, or they'll be drunk because they've just won it. So I'd expect Villa to beat United. And Newcastle have got Everton at home last game. I think they'll be too strong. So I reckon Newcastle will make the Champions League. Chelsea, I reckon, could get beat at Forest, you know. I think Forest could beat them. And I reckon Villa could win at United. So, lot to play for there. Anyway, we're about to kick off. It's Arsenal against Newcastle. Score predictions in the chat. I'm going to go for 2-1 Arsenal. With no Isak, I think we'll have just too much for them. Give me a score predictions, people. Newcastle to get us underway. That never doesn't work for me, that. Anyway, the game is underway. Final home game of the season. Arsenal against Newcastle. Alan Shearer. That was my Geordie accent, by the way. I'm just intrigued to see who's up front. And it looks like it's Trossard, which is... I mean, maybe they've got the freedom to change. It was Welsh, not Geordie. Well, good effort. Fulham winning 3-2. This could be a lot of people's last game today for Arsenal. Partey still hasn't signed that contract. What a comeback that is for Fulham. Jimenez, Kearney, Wilson. 2 goals in 2 minutes. We'll keep up to date. Forest beat West Ham 2-1. Everton beat Southampton 2-0. Their last game at Goodison Park. Fulham beating Brentford 3-2. Leicester now 2-0 up against Ipswich. Vardy scored the first, which was his 200th goal. Who scored the second? McAteer. David Raya in possession. Clips it long to nobody. Havertz on the bench today, people. He returns. The man who's been smashing up treadmills. Arteta says he's breaking records. Trossard against Botman and Burn is LOL. Surely Martinelli's pace and movement would have caused them more problems, but who knows? Be interesting with Kivior. I didn't speak about this, but Kivior's being linked heavily with a move to Serie A. Do we use his good form to get a better fee and still get rid of him? Or do we keep him as a squad player? I don't know. Oh, giving away. Arsenal wearing the new kit today. Apparently, oh no, it's next week. No, Napoli are close to winning the league in Italy. Would you sell him? I think if you get a good offer for him, you get rid of him. Use Calafiori as the backup left centre back. I think if you can get like 25, 30 million for him. But Raza said, nearly smashed up the mic. What is your biggest pet peeve about modern football? To me, it's players that work hard, have a high work rate. To me, talent is 80% of the job. Without that, you ain't ever going to be good. My biggest peeve, well, there's a lot in football, but mine is just the lack of individual brilliance. I think everyone, when you're growing up and you support a club and you watch football, as much as you support the whole team, it's those individuals that capture your imagination. You know, when you used to play football when you was a kid and you'd score a goal and you'd shout the player's name like, "Hooray!" Do you know what I mean? You'd shout the player's name. You became that player in your mind for that 2 seconds. I don't think this generation have many names that they can shout out. I'll be honest. Even Haaland's a quality player, but he's not that great to watch. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think there's a lot of individual quality. I moan about it consistently. But I think a lot of these coaches are just taking that beautiful side of the game that is the reason we all love the game so much. You know, but that's probably my biggest pet peeve. And it's because everyone wants to be Pep. Would be yelling Ronaldo, then blasting it into the neighbour's garden. You know what I mean? You whack it, you're smashing up fence panels everywhere, you know? But it is what it is. You all know. We've all been there, people. But yeah, I am, you know, for real. I'm moving like Patrick Truman, man. Back in my day, you know, and used to hear older people say back in my day. Now I'm saying back in my day. Here's Callum Wilson. Don't do it. Don't do it. I've only had the shirt a few days. He's actually a decent striker, you know. Like, as a backup striker, he's decent. He'd get you 15 goals a season if he plays every week. I reckon he'll leave in the summer. I think he might even be out of contract. He used to shout out Pedro Mendes from Port. Oh, he used to score bangers. Hold on 1 second. I need to close them curtains. The light is beaming through. I can't even see the screen properly. Pedro Mendes. Yo, Portsmouth used to have some ballers back in the day, man. Harry Redknapp's Portsmouth. I remember when they played AC Milan, Ronaldinho. I think it was... Who did they have? Peter Crouch. Defoe. He took all his old Tottenham players there. Sol Campbell went there. We have no Mavericks now. The modern game is too system-based, too rigid. Oh, it's Callum Wilson. Chance for Newcastle. Great save by Raya. Brilliant double save. They should have scored. I don't know how he's missed that. Where is our defence? Oh, blocked. We're all over the place. It's in there again. Oh, my days. We managed to clear it. How on earth have we got away with that? Where is our defence? I don't know how Bruno misses that. What a double save by Rail. I've said this for ages, people. This might sound really harsh. Kivior individually is playing quite well in the Arsenal team, right? But our defence doesn't look as good with him in it. So it's like, even though we're going in player ratings and going, yo, Kivior, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, he played well. Our defence, something's not quite right. Like Saliba and Gabriel, that connection. And I know he's a squad player and that's what he's there for, to just sort of step in. But the chemistry, I don't know what's going on with this guy, David Raya. His kicking is all over the place. He's slipping over. He thinks he's a midfielder, this guy. I don't know what's wrong with him. Odegaard wins the ball back. Words I never thought I would say. He knows Joe Linton's not there. Hey, I like that. Come on, Odegaard. Let's get the old Odegaard back. Ben White, what kind of touch is that? Let's it go under his foot. Show us the double save, man. Did I not? I thought I'd seen that. Raya, yeah. Oh, my days. I actually didn't even see that. Raya, what are you doing? That is shocking. Honestly, Raya will get replaced. What is going on with his passing? He'll end up getting the Ramsdale treatment. I'm telling you, this Juan Garcia, he's a giant. He'll end up getting dropped. I don't know what's gone on, because he didn't do this like 2 months ago. I didn't see Raya doing this. All of a sudden, Raya, he's giving the ball away left, right, and centre. He's 30, 40 yards off his line. I don't know what's going on with the guy. He's turned into a lunatic. Fugazi said, hate Vardy, but respect the game. Give me Mateta. Vardy's a wind-up merchant, isn't he? Mateta, I'd take him in rotation, not as the main striker. Tomo said, where would you be if no trophies next season? I'll be exactly where I am right now, which is the manager needs replacing, so nothing changes for me. Yeah, that's my answer. MJ, Saliba is overrated. Nah, man. Saliba's class, bro. You look at the centre-backs around the world, he's up there, especially when you look at his age. Now, don't get me wrong, maybe he does benefit massively from Gabriel being next to him and having his aggression and leadership. When you look at great partnerships, they do. You're a Man United fan, look at Ferdinand and Vidic. You need that aggressive one, and then you need the calm one. So he's probably struggling without Gabriel's aggression. But nah, man, I think Saliba's top draw. Maybe we've got... When I think Arsenal fans were overrating him was when there was people online comparing him to, like, Van Dijk. I was never in that category. You know, Van Dijk is an icon of centre-backs. Last game of the season. Come on, what are we at? Are we at 1,000 likes? Surely we're at 1,000. 950 likes, people. Come on. And make sure you subscribe as well. We're just over 100 away from 94k. Last home game of the season. This is basically the last decent game of the season for Arsenal. Next week's going to be like a pre-season friendly. Southampton away. Who even really cares about that game? I'll probably be watching Forest against Chelsea. Rio was world class next to any. Rio was ridiculous. But you got to give some credit though. Rio probably went to United mid-20s, because he was at West Ham, Leeds. Got to remember, Saliba's only 22, 23. Still young, man. Still young. Big up Sam Bomb with the super sticker, bro. Appreciate it. Big up all of you. Over 4,000 locked in. Here come Newcastle. Anthony Gordon. Great little 1-2. Oh, good save by Raya. Livramento. Yo, they're cutting us apart, man. What's going on here? Look how Thomas Partey doesn't track Gordon. Look, tries to get his arm on him. Can't get him. Done with a back heel. He's got to bend that in the corner, man. Newcastle, when they attack, whoosh, they are at us. Gordon's running, Livramento's joining in, Wilson's there, Murphy, they swarm you. What's going on with this guy, Raya? We're in red, my friend. He can't stop giving the ball away. He can't. What's going on? Raya and Nephews, he's steaming. This guy can't pass the ball. We got away with it. Jeez, Martinelli, decent ball to Partey's jogging, said David. I think he's running. I think he's just old. Odegaard, bro. Move the damn ball. How many touches? Look, a bit of snot out of his nose. I swear, every time you see Odegaard, he's just doing that. Still in it. Every time he comes on screen, he gives the ball away and just goes, and then does the hair flick. Oh, yeah. Are you going to give up, Odegaard, mate? Or are you going to go and press? Well done, Ben White. That's never a foul. Come on. Move the ball quicker. Look how slow it is. Gordon's on the floor, mate. Do something. Stop feeling sorry for him. Odegaard whips it in, headed away. I swear sometimes I think in my head, have we got a 6'7" monster up front? Why do we cross the ball so much in the air? Like we've got an animal who's going to score loads of headers for us. See, they're already on holidays, boats and trips. Well, Big C back from Wembley. We lost. Beresford, United better win on Wednesday, bro. I see, yeah, Chelsea beat United, didn't they? Come on, Arsenal, man. Odegaard's snot is our problem. Just get him some medicine, man. Oh, good turn by Trossard. Trossard! Oh, wide. Unlucky. Probably should have curled it. Is that deflected? Good little twist and turn, though. Stella or Trossard playing like he's sober. Today it's Raya and Nephews in goal, people. Keeps giving the ball away. Daichi versus Roy Keane. Cage. I'll have him, mate. I'll have him. He's too small, mate. I'll elbow him on his bald head. Then do a people's elbow on him like The Rock. Proper wrestling, mate. Proper wrestling. Corner to Arsenal. Saka. Preparing for Sesko. You're probably right. Ball whipped in. Flicked on. Oh, what happened there? It's gone over the bar. I think Pope saved it. What's his name? Nick Pope. Oh, that's a great save. How has he saved that? Great ball in by Saka. Who heads that? Partey. How has he saved that? It's just hit him on his arm. The Rock was the best wrestler. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Yo, wrestling. Like I said, since it's turned into WWE, I don't watch it. I was WWF. That's when I knew wrestling. Bret the Hitman Hart. Another corner. Set piece. I'm surprised Yova's not standing up. Well worked. Saka, Odegaard. He shoots. Oh, my days, mate. Pillow foot has turned into balloon foot. How long till he grabs his nose? There we go. There we go. Snot on a hair flick. I told you. Look at this. Look, as the shot goes over. 1, 2, 3. Snot, hair flick. It's like clockwork. What kind of shot is that? Pillow foot turned into balloon foot. Look at that, bro. Oh, dear. Look, he's on camera. Any more snot? 1, 2, 3. I reckon one more. Go on, just for the crowd. I think he's burping. There we go. I told you. Look, and a burp. Look, and he's done it twice. Twice. 2 more snots and a burp. I'm telling you. He went, he can sing a No, we need a doctor, man. That guy's not well. Something ain't right, man. They need to get him some proper food, man. I don't know what this guy's eating in London, bro. I'm telling you. He's eating them $1.99 burgers and chips and a drink. You know, a man's going Morley's. What's going on with him? Guaranteed. Every time the camera's on him, bang, and then a little flick, and then a burp as well, you know. What's going on? Hey, guys, it's been a long season. You know what I mean? Nah, he needs that Patrick Vieira Vicks on his chest, man, because something ain't good. Newcastle on the break, at pace. Shot deflected, great save, David Raya. Yo, every time they attack, we are scrambling. We are scrambling. Harvey Barnes driving. Where's our midfield today? Partey's running like he's got a caravan on his back. Declan Rice, I don't think I've mentioned him all game. Is he even on the pitch? We're getting ram ragged here, man. Barnes and these man just get the ball and start running. Express pace, corner to Newcastle. No, that double snot moment, legendary. Legendary. Done it twice, you know. Corner taken short for Newcastle. Whipped in. Oh, flicked on. It goes out for another corner. Kivior scrambles it away. I told you we look a bit disjointed in defence, man. Oh, my days. Leading the league in snot rockets. I'm telling you. He might only have 2 Premier League goals this season, but the amount of snot rockets, mate, he's had loads. This doesn't look good. They look better than us. 2 of their best players aren't playing. Torres said Odegaard on a diet of Rustler burgers and formula. I'm telling you, man. Corner to Newcastle, whipped in. Great save, Raya. Double save. Oh, my God. What is going on here, man? We're getting cooked. I don't know how it's still 0-0. Raya's in. No one's helping him. On the attack again. Ball whipped in. Oh, goes out for a corner. What the hell is this? Raya's turning into Superman. Clark Kent. Dan Burn header. Great save. He kicks the second one away. We are all over. To be fair, Dan Burn is a beast. He's like 6'5" sloth. When he jumps, he's probably 7 foot. The Odegaard snot hair flick is a nervous tick. He can't cope, said WMS. Alberto Raya making Ramsdale-like mistakes. Stephen Ireland said Odegaard on a snot hair flick hat trick. And Jerome says Mo either has a nervous tick or he's... Oh, yeah, we don't want to... Anyway, Sutton ain't good with that. Yeah, the kit is lovely, by the way. Just we're not winning anything in these kits. Somebody said in the review, what do you think of the kit? My reply was, great kit to finish second in next season. He hasn't responded. Maybe he didn't like that joke. I don't know. Information and entertainment. Newcastle on the ball again. Ball whipped in again. Cleared by Declan Rice. First time I've seen him on the ball. Dylan said, it's not what we wanted us to see. Kivior doing good. Dear, oh dear. The Odegaard. Come on, Martinelli. Tonali, surely you 1v1. Take him on. Trossard, crowded out. Clamped. Bruno Guimaraes, mate. Should be playing for us. Wins the free kick. That guy's I don't care what anyone says. That guy is a top midfielder. Just a beast. How Edu fumbled that, I will never know. I will never know. I just see someone's talking the Odegaard stuff as well. We do a watch-on for the playoff final. I don't know, you know, I mean, Kevin Campbell's son's playing for Sheffield United, so... But I don't know about that one. I'll be honest with you. I'll be totally honest. And I'm pretty sure, I don't even know what day that game is either. We'll do the Conference League final, Champions League final, Europa League final, maybe the NBA finals. We'll definitely do it for Kev. It would be a great moment, wouldn't it? Let me check what date that game is. I remember the playoff final used to be on the bank holiday Monday. Let's have a look. Which is the 20... No, it's not now. It's the League 2 final. Is it on the Saturday, the 24th? Yeah, there's not a lot going on, actually, on that day. It's next Saturday. We could, 3 o'clock. Would people really want to watch that? Here's Gordon, left-hand side. Look how quick Newcastle attack. Corner, Saliba. Where is Ben White there, by the way? I swear, Newcastle are one of the quickest teams in transition in the league. They are rapid. They are absolutely rapid. Corner to Newcastle. They're all over us. They're absolutely all... Look, Odegaard marking Dan Burn. What is the point? Are you telling me Yova planned that? Let's put Snotflick on the sloth. It's just not going to work, is it? Corner whipped in. Flicked on by Dan Burn. And it goes over. Guess what? He ain't going to win that header, is he? Yeah, I will be doing United against Tottenham. Is that this Wednesday? I just need to check, actually. Yeah, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We'll do that, definitely. It's a big game. When's the Conference League final? It's after the season, is it? When the following Wednesday, yeah. And then what? The Champions League final, 31st, yeah. Imagine if we were in the Champions League final, man. The hype that we would still have right now. Crazy. Alexander, big up to you, big up C, and the greatest community. I wouldn't give Arteta another season, but he has to deliver next year. Win something major or on your bike. Yeah, I'm with you. He'd be gone for me this summer, but he'll get next season. So if he is here, he's got to do something. African Giant, you're telling me Gabby can't take on Tonali. Bro, I said the same thing. Tonali's a big hench centre mid who probably don't run that quick, and Gabby ain't taking him on 1v1. Tomo, do an end of season compilation best snot moments. It'd be a long compilation, Tomo, that's for sure. He must do 10 every game. But anyway, are we actually going to do something? 22 minutes gone. The only reason we're level is because David Reyes made about 6 saves, and I'm not even exaggerating. Odegaard finds Partey. Our midfield is not doing anything at the moment. They're not getting on the ball. I've hardly mentioned Declan Rice. Here he is, left-hand side. Martinelli has gone through the middle now. Trossard's gone on the left. Trossard up against Murphy. Cuts inside. Lewis Skelly, left-hand side, whips it in. Back post. Nobody's there. Ben White keeps it in. Sure, it's next season FC every year. It is. It is. Look how slow our football is compared to Newcastle. Look at this. Look at this. Saliba, Odegaard, way too deep. You don't want him on the ball there. Look. Touch. Yeah, pass. He'll give it back to him. Have it back. Go to the centre-back probably. Lewis Skelly. Look at, it's easy to defend when you move the ball that slowly. Look, and there you go. You lose the ball. It's so obvious. Now look at them. Off straight away. Look, let's go for a run. Murphy actually not quick enough, but you can see their intention. They want to play quick. Catch them out while their team's high up the pitch. We move the ball too slow. Look how slow we are in transition. I know we are a possession-based team, so this is what Arteta wants, but you've still got to speed up the play sometimes. Raya goes long. Nobody even challenging for it. It's like we think we've got a really tall striker on the pitch who's going to win headers. 11 El Nenes. Wasim said, I'm falling asleep. Here's Ben White. That's a great run. Still Ben White. Oh, he's challenged. He was appealing for a penalty. I think he is asking for a penalty. It looked like they won the ball, but unless they clipped him before. Come on, give me a shameless penalty. If Dan Burn touches him here, that's a penalty. I think Ben White moves his leg towards him. Gordon looks like Claire Bolden. Yeah, I've seen that comparison before. Martinelli's moved into the middle. That was actually a good run by Ben White, but he shouldn't take the right back to get us to do something. You need the attacking players should do that. 65% possession for Arsenal. And we've only had 1 shot on target. They've had 5. Yeah, that was a dive. He's lucky not to get a yellow there. Look at Gordon straight away. Just runs. Newcastle really... A draw would be all right for them. A draw would probably do both of us. But I wouldn't be happy with a draw. But the way we're playing... Yeah, it was a dive, definitely. Villa smashed Newcastle 4-1. I think with Newcastle, their squad depth isn't very good, so every now and then they'll get caught out. And, you know, you look at their bench today, Dubravka, Lascelles, Asula, Kraft, Ruddy, Willock, Miley, Neve, Longstaff. That's a bottom half of the table bench. Do you know what I mean? It's a great point. Why dive for a penalty when you're in that position? Why doesn't Ben White shoot there and try and score? I never understand it when a player dives in a shooting position. Could have hit that with his left foot and potentially scored. Mr. SJE, this team's crying out for a Morgan Rogers, Xavi Simons type player that can carry the ball into the box. We move the ball so slow, give teams a chance to get into their defensive shape, 100%. I would love Morgan Rogers, but he'd be so expensive, which is why I think you got to go for an Eze or a Cunha, because they're both available this summer. Xavi Simons a good player. I think he's available as well. Our squad depth is not very good. It's not. I mean, Neto, Tierney, Zinni, Jorginho, Sterling, Havertz, Calafiori, Waneri, Butler. I mean, how many of them would you be excited to see come on the pitch today? Probably Waneri, and that's it. And Kieran Tierney. Surely Tierney gets a run out today in his last home game. Gordon, left-hand side, crossed in all the way across the box and missed by Wilson. He can't quite reach it. Lewis Skelly is fouled at the back post, free kick. Look at how many times they are causing us problems. One ball, people. Ben White can't keep up with Gordon. Gordon's rapid, you know. I swear down, I didn't know Gordon was as quick as that. He is burning Ben White for pace there. Puts it across the box. One ball, pace over the top, crossed in, striker, it's just in front of him. Look how simple that is. 2 passes. Could have scored. We never do that. You remember when Ben White played the long ball to Saka against Liverpool? Saka brings it down, cuts inside Robertson, scores. We never play like that. 10, 15 passes every time we're trying to score. Come on, Rice, move. Play, give it to him. Give it to him. All right, shoot now then. Ah, it's not exactly a Real Madrid shot. Straight at the keeper. Gabriel, Timber and Zubimendi next season. I hope so. Anthony Gordon is so quick. I actually didn't know he was as quick as that. He's rapid. I don't think we'd get him. He'd be very expensive. I'm not sure he's worth what they would want for him. But you need pace. You need intelligent pace as well. That's the other thing. It's all right having pace, but if the pace lacks intelligence, look at Wilson's run, Newcastle on the break. Look, 4 players in the box. Look, they're swarming. Ball whipped in, not a great ball. Saliba flicks it on. Gordon keeps it in. I think Newcastle feel like they can beat us here. I don't like the way this game's going. Do not like it at all. We're lucky that Isak's not in the squad. They look hungrier than us, man. They want to get second. This would be their biggest season ever, winning a cup and finishing second in the Prem. They're in possession. Any current player that reminds you of Riquelme? I loved Riquelme, bro. Low socks, Argentinian, incredible player. Not really. Not really. There aren't many players like that anymore, are they? They're considered like luxury players nowadays. Look at that from Gordon, man. These little 1-2. Surely Wilson's offside. No? I don't know where this guy's going. Livramento running down a blind alley there. Saliba does well. It's a good thing Wilson is their striker. Come on, Martinelli. Good flick on there. Keeper comes out, smashes it out for a throw into Arsenal. Curtis Shaw, Muggs coming to the armoury. If only. You think Pep Ball is finished? Nah. Pep will reinvent that team, but it's probably the generation for something different. Saka does well. Whips it across, goes out for a corner. Pep Ball won't be finished, man. He's been dominating for so long. Barca, Bayern, City. He just needs to reinvent that team. If he gets Wirtz and players like that, they'll come back again. But I think the teams now that are successful are the ones that, yes, they can keep the ball and pass, but when they need to attack, they can hit you at pace. Liverpool can hit you at pace. Barcelona definitely can hit you at pace. Bayern Munich can. These are teams that are winning titles this year. Come on, Odegaard, man. 2v1 and Gordon's blocking the pass. Not only can those teams pass, if they need to speed things up, they've got quick wingers that can hurt you. Haven't scored against Newcastle this season. That's disgusting, isn't it? We're approaching 3.5 games against Newcastle. We haven't scored once. City will be upset. No trophy. Pep's a fraud. He's been found out. Well, I wouldn't speak too soon. I hope so, but they've missed Rodri. Yeah. In a possession-based system, that ball-playing DM is vital. Corner to Arsenal. Looks like the only way we're going to score at the moment. So, yeah, the Partey long throw. It's crazy, isn't it, how we did it about 20 times against PSG, and now we're not doing it. This short corner, I bet he takes it again. No, direct this time. Ball's headed out. Is that another corner? We seem to be crowding Pope, so they must have a plan to get around this goalkeeper. They obviously think he's dodgy at corners. What did I put against? But yeah, you're right. We did lose to Bournemouth. I've put draw against Bournemouth. I'm hyping us up more than we deserve. Let's just see if we can score from this corner. Saka, in-swinger, terrible corner, cleared at the near post. Why did I think we drew against Bournemouth? When you look at our form there for the last 5, that's actually disgraceful, isn't it? That is so bad. Three defeats and 2 draws in our last 5 games in all comps. There you go. Should have changed now. Another corner taken short this time. Trossard back to Saka. What is the point in that? Skelly overhits it. Goal kick. What the hell? That's why they've painted Nicolas Jover outside the stadium, yeah, to do that. Ridiculous. Havertz. They're showing Havertz like that solves everything. Oh, Havertz is back. First time he's been in the squad since February. The fact the crowd roar with excitement more when Rice gets the ball compared to Odegaard tells you everything about that snot-filled paternity fraud. Nah, man. 3 smart signings. Newcastle win the league. They're doing well. Fulham beat Brentford, man. That was a crazy comeback. The thing with them is PSR. They're not earning enough money to spend money. If they get Champions League football and obviously with a cup win, that might enable them. But that's why they didn't hardly sign anyone. Ball whipped in all the way across the box. Goal kick. Kivior crossing the ball in now. But yeah, they can't spend big. If they can, I think they'd be up there. Everyone's looking at Newcastle and thinking, yeah, we'll go and cherry pick Isak and their man off. And bro, they're probably going to sign good players to put around him. If they finish second and they've won a trophy, why would he be desperate to leave? They've got the richest owners in the world. They'll give him a massive deal. Havertz back for the warm-up, getting applauded. Listen, I'm glad to see him back. I don't want any Arsenal player to be injured. But if you told me this was his last home game for the club and we were selling him, I'd be happy. 2 more and they overtake Arsenal. Yeah. Yeah. Would you take Eddie Howe at Arsenal? Nah, I wouldn't. Listen, when Arteta goes, I want a significant upgrade. Eddie Howe has done a brilliant job, by the way. I don't think Arteta would have taken Newcastle from a relegation battle to Champions League and a trophy. So, but obviously I want somebody that's winning titles, getting to Champions League finals, and who's had bigger achievements. But he's done a good job, really good job for them. This game is just a typical Arsenal performance at home this season. Lewis Skelly, good little run. We'll end up crossing it again. Martinelli, I don't think he's ran at the fullback once. He has done now. Crosses block. It's almost like we're playing for a corner. It's crazy how we're playing. Nwaneri would do well in this game. Let's see if he comes on. Phil said we need a new captain next year, a leader who has the respect of his teammates. I don't see this manager changing. Odegaard. He loves Odegaard, man. But I agree with you. I would definitely probably make Declan Rice captain. He-Man said, for 750 mil, we're an awful team. Martinelli is the most one-dimensional footballer I've ever seen. No skill set, no football brain. Positive. The kit looks banging. That's the only good thing about today, isn't it? The kit looks nice. But apart from that, come on, Deckers, whip in a peach. Somebody nod this in. Headed across goal, and Burn clears it to the edge of the box. Odegaard goes back to Lewis Skelly. Come on, man. Got to play better than this. Yeah, Martinelli definitely doesn't play like a Brazilian. You know what I mean? There's no way he was playing football in the favelas doing skills and stuff. Oh, what are you doing, Ben White? And he's fouling him as well. He's going to get a yellow for that. Ben White's looked rusty ever since he's come back. I haven't seen him have one good game yet. Bernie's such a giraffe. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", isn't he? The most exciting part of the game is when Newcastle attack. Nwaneri surely gets game time. Newcastle on the attack. They've took too long there. Wow. They was at us there. Oh, what are you doing, Saliba? You're trying to play through people. Wilson gives it, and the shot's blocked. Partey, look what that's you doing. Get him off and give him his slippers. This guy, I told you, 1 minute the general, next minute he's like a granddad. Have you ever seen a centre mid move that slow on the ball? I swear he was yawning then. Oh, I'm tired. Get me a Horlicks. What is going on here? This team, man. Good block by Lewis Skelly there. Jeez, man. Bro, I'm not even excited by Zubomendi. I'm not even excited by that side. I hope he comes here and does brilliant, but that doesn't make me think, oh, you know what? We're sorted next year. Rip the jersey. Nah, no chance, bro. Saka, he has hardly touched the ball. Up against Burn. Loses the ball. Bro, you got to be stronger than that, man. You can't be looking for free kicks for that. These men have got no Joe Linton, no Isak. Two of their best players. Zubi is a Jorginho who's probably a bit more mobile. We win the ball back. Look at the speed that we attack. I've never watched such a slow Arsenal team ever. We are literally, you know, like when you're watching a video on YouTube and you go on settings and you go 0.5 to slow the video down. That's what Arsenal play at. We're playing at 0.5 speed. Or minus 0.5. This is put you to sleep football. He's playing a long ball to Saka in the air. He's flicking it on to no Arsenal player behind him. I mean, what are we watching here, man? This football is atrocious. Love Saka, but he's becoming a crybaby. Listen, Saka, for me, he's got to add a trick to his game. I think he needs to become more skillful. If he wants to be right at the top level, I think he's too predictable at times. And all this, they double up on him. I'm not interested in that. All the best wingers get doubled up on. It's as simple as that. They double up on Lamine Yamal. They double up on all the top wingers. He's got to learn to deal with that. We are playing awful. Saka, move the ball, bro. That is a foul. Get up, man. We are so boring to watch. We're so boring, it's unbelievable. Overcoached it. Yeah, there's no way as a team that you would want to play football this slow. I don't believe any footballer goes on a pitch and says, Let's just stroll about. And look at the speed of us. Look, Newcastle just get back into shape. We go Partey, have it back Saliba, Kivior, probably pop it off to Lewis Skelly. Maybe he'll give it to Trossard. Trossard gets the ball, rolls it into Martinelli. We lose possession. It goes out for a throw-in. Put you to sleep. Boring football. It's so poor to watch. Now Newcastle have won a throw. I can't wait for half time. The football is so slow. Unpredictable. I can almost tell you what they're going to do before they do it. We are dreadful to watch. You need speed. You need speed in your team to be successful. You cannot be successful playing slow football like this. You just can't. It's impossible. You're too easy to play against. That's why we've drawn 14 times. Because we can't open teams up once they sit back and get their shape. It's too slow. We don't move them about enough. I've hardly mentioned our wingers in this game. Because they've hardly touched the ball in a decent area. Odegaard, all of them. No one in our attack has hardly had the ball. Kivior looking for Martinelli. Keeper collects it. I've sacrificed a beer garden meet-up with mates for this crap. It's not worth it, is it? It is not worth it. We've currently got more people tuned in than AFTV, which is unbelievable. I told you this community is goated, people. We're way above. AFTV at the moment, it's gone up to 4.5. We've got 4.8 tuned in. Legendary. Big up. Shout out Robbie and the gang, but yo, C-Unit business, people. Whipped in by Lewis Skelly. Trossard. Get up. Why are you trying to beg a penalty? That's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Players in the penalty area are looking for penalties rather than shooting. What a terrible game this is. Absolutely dreadful game of football. This is the Gooner channel. Come on, man. C-Unit business, people. Wow. 43 minutes of dross. Gilberto Silva in the crowd. Oh, is that Johan de Juru? Yeah, I used to... Oh, dear me. He used to remind me of a penguin, Juru. He was terrible for Arsenal. Gilberto Silva, top guy. I speak to him online, actually. Met him a couple of times, seen him on the tour, had a good chat with him, man. Top guy. Look, half the stadium's empty. They've all gone for a drink and a pizza. Best community on earth. Legends, people. Martinelli, you going to run at anyone? Have a go. Why not, mate? Oh, he's so one-dimensional. It's like Tetris. Honestly, Martinelli is like a game of Tetris. He is so average. Honestly, Martinelli, if he wasn't fast, he'd be working in a supermarket. Because if you're talking about footballing ability, it's minimal. Minimal. I'm telling you now, that guy is so basic. It's unbelievable. Just runs in a straight line, I swear down. No movement, just right angles. Just runs straight or goes there. No angles, no, I mean, no movement. I don't know what's going on with it. No way this Martinelli guy is born in Brazil. He must be from the outskirts or somewhere. He must have been raised on a farm. There's no way he played football in the favelas. They'd have kidnapped him. There's no skill. Brazilian with one-star skill moves. It ain't working. It ain't going to happen. 180k a week is outrageous. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Walcott is levels above Martinelli, and Walcott used to wind me up. But anyway. Half time. Wow, no time added on. Even the refs had enough. Said, yeah, 2 minutes added on. He said, nah, forget it, mate. It's garbage. Yeah, it's garbage. I don't want to watch this. I'm going in for a drink. Dreadful 45 minutes. Absolutely dreadful. Doctor said, Curtis, I think you have the largest viewing audience for all Arsenal content creators today. Legendary goated community. We'll just hit the Jude Bellingham celebration, people. Are you not entertained? We're outside, people. We're outside. But anyway, big up to you guys, right? You guys, it can't happen, right? So big up your damn selves. That's 45 minutes you won't get back. Wow. Snorefest. What, like, I can't figure out what's going on with Arsenal. I don't understand what's happening. Why have we become this slow, boring, predictable team? Look like we're relying on a set piece to score. Like, I don't get it. This isn't the Arsenal DNA, people. Arsenal built up a reputation over 2 decades that was, we play some of the best football in this country. Now, people say George Graham. George Graham didn't play amazing football, but it was effective. We won trophies. So you kind of said, okay, I'll let go of the entertainment if you bring me success. If Arsenal play like that and win the league, I wouldn't moan about it once. I'll sit there bored all season until we win the title. But if you're 15 points behind Liverpool and you're playing football like that, what are we really getting out of watching this team play? We're not getting the trophies and we're not getting the entertainment. So what are you giving us as football fans? What are we getting? I don't know what we're getting. I look at some of these players and I think, this doesn't feel like this is how you want to play. Saka's hardly touched the ball in the first half. Martinelli's hardly touched the ball. He's hardly ran at anyone. How are your wingers not running at people? Our defence has been sorted this year, right? We've got the best defence in the Prem. Our attack is miles off it. Newcastle today do not have Isak, who is their best player. And their attack still looks better than our attack. With Callum Wilson and Barnes and Gordon and them, man. And Murphy. No Arsenal fan would want Jacob Murphy. Barnes a decent player, but we wouldn't really want him at Arsenal. These men look better than us. Way better as well. They get the ball, bang. They start sprinting from all over the place. Is that tag still on the shirt? See, I took the tag off. But I kept the tag because I know if I need to, we can just clip that back on. But I just don't know. I don't know. You're right, Daniel. I've seen this game 50 times. We've all seen it. Our Premier League, this has been half of our season playing football like this. It's why we've drawn 14 games. Because when a team sits in, we don't know how to break them down. You know? It's so painful to watch. Eyes are burning watching this. Somebody said, Vitinho, João Neves and Bruno have taught our midfield a lesson in composure and ball retention. At least we got a nice kit, people. Nice kit anyway, but the football, dreadful. Snorefest. I told you, anybody who struggles to sleep, pick an Arsenal home game, put it on, you will be sleeping like a baby by half-time. There's no way you make half-time. If you're laying in bed, you get comfy, you're asleep before half-time watching this. My eyes feel like they've got 25 kg dumbbells in them. Honestly, I could doze off. I could easily lean back in this chair and just doze off right now watching this. It's absolutely dreadful. Like, genuinely, has anybody played well? Defensively, I suppose we've been okay, but Ben White looks shaky. I thought Lewis Skelly played well. The 2 centre-backs were okay. Saliba gave the ball away quite badly. Bro, Harvey Barnes looks way better than Martinelli today. I swear down. Martinelli, I don't know what to say. I just don't get it. I don't understand. It's like the guy can't turn. He just goes in one direction. Just straight. He does that same skill where he flicks the ball from his right and stops it with his left. You know, it's like he's buffering, honestly. He's genuinely buffering on the football pitch, Martinelli. Oh, I mean, Raya's the hero. He was almost the villain. Give the ball to Newcastle twice. Dear, oh dear. Anyway, midfield, we've hardly had the ball. Partey, he needs to go sleep. Rice hardly touched the ball. Odegaard, he needs some lemon and honey and some Horlicks and a few tissues for that snotty nose. Martinelli needs to learn to run at an angle. Saka just needs a skill move on FIFA. And Trossard, I don't know. Trossard's played okay. He's probably been our best attacking player. New shirt's nice. The football is trash. Raya has saved us. Rice is not fit. Well, Rice passed a late fitness test. I actually said in the week that if Rice is close to not being fully fit, don't play him. I want these players fit and ready for next season. I've been reflecting on how good Jamal is. Do you know about the Messi photo shoot story? Yeah, is that when he was a kid or something and Messi took the picture with him? It's like he passed on his skill to him. Richard, people say PJMOL and injuries have cost us. How many games has Raya made unreal saves? Villa away, United away, Liverpool home and away. Today we could be worse off. Raya saved us many times. Many times, to be fair. Ruway said, Odegaard playing like El Neni this season. Recycle merchant. Doesn't have a direct bone in his body. Hiding behind the ops. Yeah, started the game lively and then just disappeared again. Ricky, we look like a 12th to 15th place team by the football we play. We play not to lose, not to win, which is shameful in phase 4.75. I agree a lot with that. It's like we're worried to attack. Alfred, the way we play will never suit a winger. If I'm a winger, I'm staying away from Arsenal. Same issue at City. Teams have caught on, play slow, easier to defend. Do you know what it is with being a winger in this team? A lot of your energy is being used on defending. Now, every winger, every player has to defend, but you need to allow wingers at times to stay high up the pitch, get 1v1. When you look at where our wingers get the ball, it's always quite deep, halfway line, 2 players on them. And this is why I think Arteta will only go for a certain winger this year, because he wants somebody that's going to put in a hell of a shift defensively. Rafa Leao and players like that. Leao is not going to do that. He-Man said for 750 million, we're an awful team. Now, I read that one. Martinelli is the most one-dimensional footballer. Curtis Nazareth, Pep-style football is boring. That's what Chelsea and Arsenal play. What's the point doing something that Pep's the best at and we're just the B-Tech version of it? How are we ever going to win? The reason that Conte won the title in this country, 3-5-2, wing-backs, different system. Klopp won it because rock and roll football, high press, pace, it outdid the tiki-taka. Nobody has won the Premier League playing Pep-style football at another team apart from Man City. It hasn't happened. Maresca, Arteta, all these guys, they're trying to do what Pep does. None of them have won the title. Make it make sense. It's there in black and white. Carl said, backing for Arteta for another season is madness. This should be his last home game. I'm sorry. Mohammed, big up Big C in the goated community. Honestly, I believe this channel pushes beyond its weight. Love it. We out here. Big up Mohammed. Big up the community. 5.5K in the chat. Get the likes up. Subscribe. We're about 120 away from 94K. Be great if we could hit that today. Like I said, man, we got more people watching live than AFTV, which is crazy when you think they got, what, 1.7 million subscribers. We got 93K. We're in the heavyweight division, people, and we're still just like a welterweight, like Floyd Mayweather and that. It's serious. Tony said, Cecil... Nah. Yo, relax with them things there. Somebody said, yo, there was some sus video of him in Kenya. I haven't seen it, man. I'd rather not. Why is no one making runs in space for a pass? Says to run. I don't think we're allowed to play the ball into space, bro. Everything's got to go to feet. Conrad, if we lose today, there's a possibility we could finish 6th if we lose at Southampton. It's wild. We could lose this game. Even if we don't, the football's terrible. Charlie said getting fed up. I thought we had the best defence. It's crazy, isn't it? We've got the best defence in terms of goals conceded, but we look shaky in defence. If your goalkeeper's making big saves, that means your defence is getting bypassed. So we might have the best defence on paper in terms of least goals conceded, but I don't think we're the hardest defence to play against. Maybe it's because Gabriel's not there. Jason said our captain hides between 2 players so he doesn't get the ball. It's a disgrace how we are playing. We should be 3-0 down. You know what Arteta should be doing? But he won't. He gets angry in the press conference. Drag people off at half time. That'll wake people up. I want Arsenal to come out in a second half of a game and you go, right, him and him, they've been dragged off. Waneri's on. But he won't do it. The same team will come out for the second half. Curtis, you see the new AC Milan jersey, for next season. Puma banger. I'll have a look. Puma don't often make bangers. Bring on Ricardo Fuller and Kenwyn Jones, said Stephen Island's grandmother. Big Kenwyn, you know, and big Ricardo Fuller. Trinidad and Jamaica. Richard said, probably took Odegaard 4 years to get his... Kept recycling, passing before finally decided to finish. Probably a deflection as well. That is a wild, wild comment, man. Big up Richard. Babatunde, I don't see Arsenal winning a Prem under Mikel. See, even with clueless owners like the Cronkays, a good manager could still deliver a title. But with Mikel, yeah, listen, if a better manager had spent that 750 mil, we'd have probably won a league. To play our way, we need a skillful guy like Cherky, said to run. Big up Ian, who's gifted 5 memberships to the community. Ian Devaz, big up to you, bro. IBN said, Curtis, please keep Arteta. He can do it. Glory, glory, Man United. Of course the Ops want Arteta at Arsenal, man. They know. Aram said, thank God for Lamine Yamal. The rest of the wingers in the top 5 leagues. No charisma. Boring and robotic. Lamine is the saviour of football, bro. Vardy getting massive applause at the end of that Leicester game. He's had a great career, man. He deserves it. CB Games. Martin is shocking. Him and Farteta need replacing. I hear it. I hear it. Darren said, Berta's job is so big next season. The players coming in are key. I just hope we're not putting so much pressure on Berta that he can't manage everything that we need him to do. New contracts, players sold, returning loan players, signings. He's got so much work to do. Curtis, you need a place in the Arsenal board. They wouldn't want me in the boardroom, bro, I tell you. I begged the board sack Arteta this summer. He ain't going nowhere. Gorav said Gyökeres won't score in this team. I mean, let's be real. Even with a striker today, what have we created? You know? Bruffy said Arteta coached a quick transition out of this team. I agree with that. I agree with that. We were actually quite good in transition. Odegaard needs to be binned. We need a proper number 10 that can shoot and score goals, said AMSN. Bring your shirts. Bring your shorts. Bring your boots. Bro, the way they're playing today, you might as well put 11 fans on the pitch. At least they'll shoot. At least they'll take the ball forward. Nah, man, this is crazy. I don't even recognise this Arsenal. I don't know who that is. That's North London Red on Pro Evo. With Castello and all them, man, back in the day. If you played them games back in the day, you know what time it is. That's North London Red. Boring football. Why did you buy the kit? Nice kit, bro. Summer's coming up. Holidays. Content purposes as well, you know what I mean? Balance the books. The kit is banging. I can't even lie. Kit's nice, people. Right, players are back on the pitch. Ah! He's made a change. It's Calafiore. They've only done it because he's modelling the new kit. When the moon is rise, I come pizza pie Calafiore. Na, 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 na. Who's off? Saliba off. Jeez, he's going Real Madrid. Hello, Madrid. Why is Saliba off? What's happened? Saliba's off. He's got to be injured. In his 100th appearance, Calafiore and Kivior at centre-back. Did you see that comment, by the way, that Saliba said? They said, who's the best striker you've faced in your career? He said, Mbappe. He said, it's better playing with him on your team. I mean, obviously, he's talking about France, but, you know, that set alarm bells ringing. Yeah. Saliba off. Calafiore on. Calafiore and Kivior at centre-back. Wow. This is a madness. We're lucky Isak's not playing. Oh, dear. This could be a long half, people, I'm telling you. This could be a long half. Apparently, Inter have offered loan with option to buy for Xerxes. And yeah, Laurel and Hardy settings, people, I'm telling you. Second half underway. Last 45 minutes at home of the season. Big up to everyone locked in. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Proton VPN. Scan the QR code, link in the description. 3 months off with the code Curtis Shaw TV. And I think it is a good time to book your holidays because this season needs to finish. Quick. Lock it off. Just sim the game next week. I don't even want to watch the game next week. Southampton. I'm watching Chelsea against Forest next week. Arsenal game will just be background noise next week against Southampton. Saliba's gone to meet Trent. I'm trying to find out what's happened. It's obviously got to be an injury, surely. Just says a change at the break, Saliba for Calafiore. It's got to be an injury. Probably another hamstring, innit? Everyone else has pulled their hammy. Come on, at least win the game. Give us something to get excited about. This game's shocking. Calafiore and Kivior, you know, we got 3 left footers in the back 4. I ran a half marathon this morning. I'm more tired watching this. Big up Joe, man. Big up. I'm not watching any off-season content. Bro, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Why not? Take a break. Do what you need to do. Even if the numbers go down, it is what it is. You know? Apart from transfers, I'm not really that interested either, to be honest. Saliba just signed up to Proton at half-time. He said, listen, man, I need that VPN. Osimhen keeps scoring. Somebody's got to get him. Come on, corner to Arsenal. They're still trying this short corner. And guess what? It's still not working. Yeah, I can see why they painted Nicolas Jover outside. We've took a corner. We've gone all the way back to David Raya. Was that his plan, was it? Was that his plan? Jeez. Imagine having a corner ending all the way back with your goalkeeper in your own half. There's Partey. I swear this team are not allowed to shoot from outside the box, do any tricks. Just do anything entertaining. Look, Calafiore's like our striker now. He's marauding forward. He's definitely a striker when he was a kid. Raya is our most creative passer. Bro, you can tell he wants to play up front. Ball whipped in, back post, headed in the air. There's Saka. Bad touch. Saka's been awful today. Does win the ball back, though. Fair play to him. Just woke up. Yo, I'm telling you, put you to sleep football. Saliba off. And Calafiore on. Right, just stick Calafiore up front. Get Thomas Partey on the long throw-ins again. It's crazy, isn't it? It's almost like he did that Partey long throw thing for one game. He did it for one game, and we haven't seen it since. Man holding 20 long throws in one game and ain't doing it no more. Here's Saka. Ben White. Saka. High cross. It's cleared out for a throw into Arsenal. It's so boring. So boring, man. I think it shows you how bad the league is that we playing like this and we're still second. There's no way on earth we should be second in the Premier League playing football like this. Just no way. We're actually quite lucky. One more defeat and we could have been in a serious predicament to get Champions League football. The league's been awful. The league's been so bad. You look at United and Tottenham, bottom half. Chelsea, I think, have been pretty average. They still need a striker, centre-backs, and a goalkeeper, I would say. We've been average. Skelly shot, good turn, blocked, goes out for a corner. Corner to Arsenal. We just need to find a way of nicking this game 1-0 and getting it over with. If Isak was playing, we'd be losing, says Doc. Amo said league quality has been poor. Not even watching the TV, said Name Blocked. I'm only listening. It's the best way. Gabriel in the stands. We have missed him badly. From both points of view, defensively and going forward, he'd probably be scoring some of these corners. Declan Rice corner, whips it in. Headed away at the near post. It's up in the air. It's up in the air. It's bouncing everywhere. Header. Flicked up in the air and Pope catches it. Don't worry. Havertz will be on soon, guys. That'll save us. This game, honestly. This is a bad game to watch as an Arsenal fan. I can't imagine how bad this game must be as a neutral to watch. Imagine thinking like, yo, Sunday, I'm going to sit down, watch some Premier League. Yo, Arsenal against Newcastle, that's a decent game. You're sitting down, you're like, what the hell is this? What is this? This would have been a better game 20 years ago. Watching Alan Shearer up front for them and Ian Wright. It's an awful game. Season needs to just finish now, to be honest. Just try and find a way of nicking this game 1-0. The only good thing I could say, Newcastle probably, they don't have a lot of options off the bench, although neither do we, actually. Look at the state of that football there from Saka and Odegaard. Trying to play 1-2s on. Man said, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, I'm telling you. KDB not ruling out a move to another Prem team. He'll have to take a massive wage cut to get a Prem move. Oh, Ginola was a baller, man. David Ginola. Aspria. Them man there back in the day. Here's Pope. Smashes it long. Wilson wrestling. Since 2001, Newcastle have only won one time at the Emirates. Well, at Arsenal's home ground. That obviously would have been Highbury until we went there. Yo, Jaden, relax, man. Come on, man. No fake scores, bro. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, he gets clamped. Was that a foul? Maybe. Newcastle on the attack. It'd be controversial if they score. Gordon gives it away. Odegaard. Good layoff by Trossard. Great ball, that by Skelly into Trossard. I think Skelly's had a good game today. Throwing to us on the halfway. Rule Fox, you know, yo, he's old school. Them man are real old school Premier League years players, man. Rule Fox. Philip Albert. Ginola. Beardsley. Who else played for Newcastle, man? Obviously Aspria, Shearer, Ferdinand. Andy Cole when he was there. Ket Spire, do you remember him with the bald head? There's Saka, given away. We have got to get a winger on the left with more skill and unpredictability. We have to. Calafiori does well, heads it back to the keeper. Lee Sharp, yeah. He was Warren Barton, dab his ass. Dab his ass, the guy who got spun in it by Burkamp. Lauren Robert, yo. He had one of the best left foots in the Prem. Solano, he's a OG. Gary Speed, yeah, rest in peace, he was good. Ben Arthur was streets won't forget player, man. He was definitely a streets won't forget player. That goal where he ran from his own half. Edge of the box, Declan Rice! What a goal that is by Declan Rice. Forget it. The whip of dreams, people. Mr. Whippy. Bottom corner. What a goal that is by Deckers. Brings that bit of quality to the game. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. We needed that. That is a great goal. Told you, no one don't shoot from outside the box. He's got that finish on lock. He did that against Man United at Old Trafford. Great goal. Go on, Deckers, lad. That's a brilliant finish. Man's doing that. I love how they do that Napoli. Declan Rice. Odegaard assist. That is a hell of a finish. Beckham Rice, people. Oh, whippy. Beckham Rice. That's a great finish by Deckers, you know. No one shoots in our team. Great goal. Bend it like Declan. Make him captain, definitely. I agree. Next 10 matches for Mick, decide in or out. Found some cash. Said this season has been dross. Another 2 draws we'd have. Same draws as wins. Giovanni, big up for the super sticker. Sam Bond, the real Arsenal captain. Declan Rice. Abdullahi, goal. Against the run of play. Rice, baby. The guy's class. He's class. Come on, let's score a couple goals now, man. Give us some entertainment. What the hell is that? What is Partey doing there? I thought someone was injured. Would you take Sané on a free? He wouldn't be at the top of my list, but I'd be tempted to take him. He's better than Martinelli, that's for damn sure. I was tempted to get Rice's name on the shirt, you know, but still not quite there for me. There's no one that I would get on the back of the shirt. To get on the back of the shirt, you've got to be like a player that I just love watching all the time. There's still a bit of work to do from all these Arsenal players. Trossard does well. Oh, straight to the goalkeeper. Yeah, we're not quite there yet with the name on the back of the shirt, but we're definitely improving. Gordon gets to the byline, whips it across. No one's there. Rice collects it. You know what I like about Rice? He's strong on the ball. Martinelli does well. Shows a bit of strength. Keep the ball, man. That's it. Just keep it. Declan Rice with the goal, people. Should be the captain. Give Rice the armband next season, man. That's the leader right there. I'd follow your advice next season, get a shirt with no name. I got Rice's name, first time in years. Only ever had 4 players, Cole, Omri, Fabregas and Rice. Fair enough. He's made you do it. I think he's a player that Arsenal fans love, though, definitely. He just connects with us, don't he? Head injury there. Saka's shot was blocked. Would you take Havertz on the back of the shirt? Not a chance. Not unless it was Halloween. Going trick-or-treating. That's a scary shirt. That said, I got the Rice jersey as well. They're making a change. Looks like he's coming straight off. Head injury there. Big on my bro, Fran. Our friendship is the balance with this Rice talk. Make him the captain, Fran. Make him the skipper. Make him the skipper. He wouldn't be on the back of my shirt, but I respect his lead. Bro, Odegaard, captain. Come on, man. Come on, Fran. Imagine you're in that team and Odegaard. Come on. You know this, man. Make sure you go and follow Fran, 10 Trading on YouTube. MJ does it when it doesn't matter. Yo, relax, man. Look at the Real Madrid free kicks. Gotenelli Rice could be the X factor, so good. Deckers is our skipper. Yeah, he is without the armband. Double change for Newcastle. Triple change. Wow. Snotty God. Mr. Whippy. Remember the ice creams back in the day, man? Ice cream and a flake. They used to be like £1. They're like £4 now. I don't know what's going on. Triple change for Newcastle next time the ball goes out. I don't know who all of them players were. Agree Odegaard should not be captain. This Royal the Rovers business don't work with me. You know what type of player I get it. He likes them cultured ballers like Odegaard, but I like them players as well, bro, but they can't go hiding. You know what I mean? I don't mind Ozil, David Silva and them. And here's Saka on the move, cuts inside. Oh, doesn't get enough power on the shot. Fran loves them cultured ballers, I do, but not when they're playing hide and seek on the pitch. I haven't seen Odegaard for 4 months. Look at Arteta. Why is he going crazy? His man's going mad. He got the assist. I mean, yeah. Assists are very subjective nowadays. He rolled the ball 10 yards to him and he whipped it in the bottom corner from outside the box. He got the ball to him. 99 was the best ice cream ever. Quality. Said it over and over. Saliba is overrated, said Abdullah. I rate Saliba, man, but the talk of comparing him to Van Dijk was too early. Van Dijk's the best in the world. He has been for years. Gordon up against Ben White's blocked. It's a corner to Newcastle. Still a long way to go. 29 minutes left. 99 when it was 99p, exactly. Chalk ice when you're broke. Chalk ice was the original cheap ice cream that did the job if you didn't have a lot of money, but you didn't want to get the chalk ice. You know what I mean? You would try and get something that, you know, if you had money on you, you got the Magnum. You know what I mean? But if you were struggling, you had to get the chalk ice. Ball whipped in by Tonali. Great header. Arsenal clear it. Oh, ice poles, bro. I don't even... Did they even sell ice poles in shops nowadays? I swear. I swear the whole freezer was full of ice poles when we was growing up. Screwball was good as well. Get the bubble gum at the bottom. No, ice poles were amazing. 10p. 10p or 20p for the big ones. Mad. Cornetto was good. Happy Shopper ice pole. Mad flavour. Oh, ball in the air. Partey does well there. Wins a free kick. Mini Milks. I remember them as well. Twisters, yeah. Don't know what Arteta and the team does in training. He's forever coaching on the touchline. I always say, bro, if a coach has got 5 days with his team on the training ground for multiple hours and hours, what do you need to say constantly on the touchline throughout a game that you haven't already told them in training? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Murphy comes off. Wilson comes off. Have they actually got a striker on the bench? That looks like... Is that Botman coming off? He's been out for a while. Miley comes on, who's the young player. Newcastle are down to the bare bones here, man. It's like they ain't got no players. Who's that guy? Osula, Kraft and Miley for Botman, Murphy and Wilson. I'd say they've brought on worse players there than the ones that are coming on. Feast. Oh, Calippo. Orange flavour. Woof. On a hot day. Crazy. Oh, there's a foul there. Martinelli, that should be a yellow. It is a yellow for Kraft. He just come on as well. Mr. Zach game is other thing combined. Kemp, I don't know what he's trying to say. I'm all over the place. Can anyone? Game is nothing combined, maybe. Listen, big up Mr. Zach. It was a good effort. Yellow card for Kraft. Swedish. He's been at Newcastle for years. Any chance of Waneri getting a run out or still banned from playing for us? I swear this manager, I know he made a change at half time. It was probably enforced for injury, but he never. Oh, slush puppy, red and blue. Goated. Free kick, Odegaard to take it. Probably won't beat the second or first defender. That's actually not a bad ball, but Newcastle flick it away. Gordon cuts inside. Dangerous. Newcastle on the attack. We have got numbers. Oh, the ball doesn't reach him. Good tackle. Good tackle there by Kivior. Really good block. Free up Ethan, man. Ethan can't get game time. We don't know where Tomiyasu is, bro. We never see him. I don't even think he's at the games at this point. He's probably just gone back home for 6 months. Screwballs with the chewing gum at the bottom. Yeah, legit. Newcastle. Listen, you can't. Somebody will try and sign one. Look at Arteta again. Just going mad. I don't understand how a manager needs to be so busy throughout the game. I know for a fact when I played, I didn't like the manager just giving instructions all the time. Let me play, man. Relax. I've heard you all week on the training ground. We're battering them second off. They've had 27% possession. No shots. I don't even think they've got a striker on the pitch now. I don't know whether they've moved Gordon up top, but I don't think they've got a striker. Yeah, that was a great block by Waneri. Waneri? Jeez, Waneri's not even on the pitch. Probably won't get on the pitch. Great block by Kivior. Brighton v Liverpool Monday. The Prem's, apart from the top 4 race, there's nothing in the Prem, is there? Oh, is that a Sulu, a striker? Fair enough. I thought he was a winger. I saw him play in the FA Cup. I thought he was a winger, but yeah, fair enough. This will secure Champions League football, this win, and it will guarantee we finish second. So when's the parade? Declan Rice. Declan Rice only scored 15 goals at West Ham in 245 appearances. He's now got 16 in 102 appearances for Arsenal. He plays a lot further forward. We dominate the ball. We create more chances. He's always going to score more goals for us than them. Yeah, it's the reality. West Ham, he was a 6. He sat in front of the back 4. So I expect him. Trip to Dubai after this, bro. They got one more game, haven't they? Southampton. And then after that, I think there's like a 1 week break and then international 2 games. So they've still got a few weeks left. I think England have got 2 games and all the look at Rice. Tired. See him leaning over there, catching his breath. Take him off, man. He's got his goal. Played nearly 70 minutes. Well, that's the thing with Kivior. They reckon Kivior wants football, like in terms of start. So I'm saying, would you keep him or not? He might be saying, look, if I'm just going to sit on the bench when Gabriel comes back, I'd rather go to Italy. I think he was being linked with Napoli, so they could be Italian champions next week. Please speak about Osimhen. Well, bro, I said that he's one of the 3 strikers that I want Arsenal to sign. That would be Isak, Gyökeres, and Osimhen. I don't want Sesko. I don't know. Surely a club will try and sign him. Ben White shoots just wide. Look, you shoot from outside the area, you've got a chance of scoring because the low block doesn't mean anything. Good strike, caught it well. That's a good strike, only half a yard wide. Ben White. Osimhen's definitely a player that clubs should be looking at. When you look at Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, no one's really got a really good striker. Surely somebody goes, Osimhen's got 25 goals in 29 games and 5 assists. I know people go, it's the Turkish league and it's not great, but he scored over 20 goals in Italy as well for Napoli and won the title. And he's only, what, 25, 26 years of age? 26 years of age, man. Somebody's got to be getting him. 65 million release clause, they reckon. I would probably go... We're not going to get Isak. The numbers are too high. I would go for Gyökeres, to be honest. That's the one I would go for. Is he on mad wages, Osimhen? I thought he was on like a couple $100,000. I think what he did is, because he got offered an absolute fortune in Saudi, he's used that as leverage against other clubs. He's on 200,000 a week. So he's obviously going to want more than that. Whoever. So he's probably asking for 250, 300,000 a week. And maybe clubs don't feel he's worth that. Ball over the top, looking for Saka, over hit. Newcastle are fading. I think we can get another goal here. Juventus want him. What's the agenda with Sesko? I don't think he's prolific enough. I look at Sesko like, I think in a year, 2 years, he might be a good striker. Right now, if you get him 13 goals in the Bundesliga, bro, I don't see him coming to the Prem and just ripping up the Prem. Don't see it. Listen, every striker's a risk. Every striker is a risk. You've seen players like Shevchenko come to the Prem and struggle. And he was world class. Anybody can struggle. But I just think Gyökeres will score goals. He's fast. He's strong. He's not really, really fast, but he can shift. And he's strong. And I think he'll do well at Arsenal. I've watched Gyökeres a few times. And I've watched Sesko a few times. And Sesko, I feel like he's developing. He's another year or so away from being at the level. Surely Nwaneri gets a run out, man. Last home game of the season. 19 minutes to go. Glock 9 is him. Yeah. And he's played in England before, so I don't think it will shell shock him. A lot of players come from like Portugal and struggle. I know he's played in the Championship, not the Prem, but I think he knows the physical presence of the league. The Championship's a very physical league. You said last summer we should get Guirassy from Stuttgart. Yeah, because his release clause was so cheap. You know, he didn't even have to be the main man. He could have been the main man last season, and then... And look, he's done the business this year, Guirassy, at Dortmund. I think he was top scorer in the Champions League. 21 league goals in 30 games, Guirassy. Newcastle on the attack, Barnes. I reckon Havertz will get like the last 5 minutes. Maybe Nwaneri will come on as well. Surely Tierney. A lot of these players, it's their last game, but because it's 1-0. Barnes whips in. It's blocked, comes to the edge of the box. Odegaard clears to Saka. Finds Martinelli. Good pass. Can we hit them on the break? Good move so far. Keep going. Oh, Trossard. What is that? 3 or 4 good passes there, and he just gives the ball away. Curtis is the Kiwi ripening. 100%. 100%. He's playing a lot better. I actually think with what I've seen of Kiwior in this last, 6-7 weeks at Arsenal, I think there's a solid defender there. But, I mean, even there, another good block. I actually think there's a good player there. I think Arsenal will keep him. But it's whether he's demanding first-team football, and Arsenal can't give him that. Denver Kroenkes are on 2.5. I will be watching that, man. I hope OKC knock them out. Shea and them, you know. Saka fading. Saka's had a quiet game. Corner to Newcastle. Poor cross headed away at the near post. Come on. Oh, Martinelli, I thought you had that. Forced all the way back to Pope. 16 minutes to go, people. Will we get some changes? Apart from the goal, we haven't done much in the second half. Couple of long shots. Crazy being second, having nothing to play for, yeah. Oh, good move by Newcastle. Shot over the bar. They wasted that one. He was off balance as he was shooting there. When you think about it, Saka's still not fully fit. You've got Rice, who had a fitness test before the game, so he's obviously not fully fit. Give him a break, man. Has Lookman got 22 goals? Yep, Saka's off. Havertz on. Of course it is. It ain't going to be Nwaneri, is it? He couldn't wait to bring his stepson back on. The return of Havertz. The donkey is back. Man's been injured for over 3 months and he still gets on the pitch before Ethan Nwaneri. Saka's been quiet today, I'll be honest. 15 league goals for Lookman. Yeah, and 5 in the Champions League. Yeah, over 20 goals. Havertz on for Saka. So I would imagine that Martinelli or Trossard will go to the right, one of them on the left, and then Havertz through the middle. Joe Willock's on, former Arsenal player for Barnes. 15 minutes to go, people. Ethan Nwaneri, man, he's in Arteta prison right now. He can't get out. Locked up, they won't let me out. No, he can't get out of that Arteta jail, man. I don't know what he's done. There's no way Declan Rice should be playing 90 minutes. You've just got through a late fitness test, which means you're not 100% fit. Anyway, at least we're winning. 14 minutes to go, people. They are singing the Havertz chant. Yeah. And here he is, Havertz. Oh, he nearly got in there. Goalkeeper collects it. If he scores, they'll go absolutely crazy. If he scores, we probably won't sign a striker. That always used to happen with Arsene Wenger. You'd think, right, we're getting a new striker, Higuain, Benzema, Suarez, and then Giroud would score. Last home game of the season, you'd be like, we're not signing no one, are we? Or we'd sign Danny Welbeck or Lucas Perez. You're like, yeah, it's not happening. Newcastle on the attack. They've been quiet second half. Ball whipped in by Newcastle. Cleared by Ben White. Free kick. Havertz fouls. Tonali about 30 yards out. No, real talk though. What is going on with Ethan Nwaneri? Like, seriously. I know we joke about it, but this guy was being lauded a few weeks ago or a month or two ago. Nearly got picked for England. We're saying he's our most exciting young player. Havertz. And now the man can't get no game time. He'll probably come on for 4 minutes. This guy's torn his hamstring and still getting on before him. Creatine Havertz. Nwaneri is a top talent. I reckon something must have happened. It is too much of a drastic drop-off. Scarrety said, Big C doing me dirty, been with you since the beginning. No shout out for my daughter's birthday, 21 today, bro. Yo, big up, man. Shout out your daughter, bro. You know, man, there's 5,000 people in the chat, bro. You know, sometimes I can't see all the comments, man. It's how it goes, but big up yourself. South London. Lookman, one of the best final performances I've seen, that hat-trick against Leverkusen. Free kicks blocked by the wall there. Cleared all the way up to Pope in goal. Hit forward again. Newcastle look a bit flat in this second half, to be honest. Giving away. We're scrambling a bit. We can't keep the ball either. Is Ethan doing his exams? No, it's all mad. Man's doing his A-levels. Do you know what I mean? Man said you got to leave it in a super chat. Well, it's the only way of guaranteed that it gets read, you know. Not that I'm saying you should, but you know, sometimes we miss the chats, you know. MJ said we're signing Gyökeres on Thursday morning. I really hope not. Curtis goes shopping. Oh, what's that? Ah, no, you lot are crazy, you know. You got me holding up both shirts, enjoying the premium merch, mate. Big up, C. It's very nice. It's very nice. I like the silky material and the red stripes on the side. I'm very much a fan of it. Mohammed said, I really can't stand Arteta and Odegaard. Odegaard's done nothing in this game again. You can give him the assist, but he's just not involved. Must have talked back to Arteta. Yeah, man. He's like that strict maths teacher, you know, that you can't say anything to. But yeah, Ethan again. Being treated terrible. I don't care how young he is. Arteta going, oh, he's only young. It's like, bro, what are you talking about, man? He's better than most of our attacking players. Let's be real. Havertz on the floor. Dan Burn throws the ball at him. Red stripes for the red stripe. Yeah, exactly. Big up, cool DJ said it's my birthday today. Bless up on your birthday, man. Happy birthday. Don't understand Raya's positioning on free kicks. Yeah, he's a madman, he is. He's an absolute madman. Scouse Mike, is Ethan the next ESR? Helps us out. Then gets dropped. Arteta has zero class. They don't push him about it enough in the press conference. Mikel, what's going on with Ethan Nwaneri? Played so much football now, can hardly get a kick. What, has he done something wrong? What's the issue? But I don't know. And even there, I can see subs warming up. Tierney, Zinchenko. I can't see Ethan even warming up. 9 minutes to go. Here's Trossard. Great first touch. Look, and Jorginho. Ethan's not even warming up. He might not even come on. Arteta got a yellow card. Serves the touchline ban versus Southampton. Odegaard gives the ball away. Don't worry, mate. Earpod Albert will handle that against Ramsdale. Same thing will happen to Nwaneri as Balogun, who'll be shopped out. Now, this guy, man, he can't be getting shopped out. He's got so much talent. Arteta, because he's been out of his area the whole time. I said it earlier in the game. Why is this guy? He's literally on the touchline. He kicked the ball back into play then. Got a yellow card, so he's banned for the last game. Put him in the stands. Tell him to shut up. Let Earpod Albert run the show next week. You don't even see Earpod Albert that much now, do you? Newcastle on the attack. Ball out wide. Livramento. It's missed by everybody. Look at that from Odegaard. You can't even control the ball. We had a break on then as well. Dan Burn finds Joe Willock. We had a good counter-attack on then. Here is Joe Willock 1v1 with Ben White. Willock twists him up. Shoots, puts it wide. I tell you what, we are lucky. Look at the way he turns Ben White there, by the way. Look, bang, done, finished. Ben White is not sharp, you know. He's not moving well. He's turned him so easy there. He should have drilled that across the box. Berta's there. Come on, please. Save us. Save us, Berta, honestly. Move like Jimmy Conway in Goodfellas. Don't take no rubbish. We need Berta to fix it. Look at Arteta. You're going mad. Bro, you've had all week with the team. Come here. You. Man should be directing traffic in Times Square. Relax, man. Look, even now he ain't in the box. Look, the box is there. Get in the box, bro. Relax. If you have to manage your team like this, something ain't right. Come on, Berta. Fix this mess. Waneri, no game time. But please sign Gyökeres, please. He'll probably play him left back. That's what Schmeichel said. I know the Arsenal fans were hammering Schmeichel, but you don't need to talk that much to players during a game, especially players at this level. Anyway, Newcastle in possession. 6 minutes to go, people. Clipped into the area. Flicked away by Ben White. Ben White's limping there. Did he twist his ankle? Newcastle try and play a 1-2. Oh, what are you doing there, Martinelli? Bruno takes it off him. Rolls it into Willock. Oh, he gives it away. He thought he was still playing for Arsenal. Here's Havertz. Donkey! Oh, he's on the floor. Oh, look at that. I have not missed that guy. Absolute fraud. Loses the ball, then tries to beg a free kick. The donkey is back, people. Newcastle have possession right-hand side. 5 minutes to go. Havertz is a floor magnet. He is, bro. One little touch, he is a fair challenge. Ball whipped in, back post. Now Ben White's trying to win free kicks. So we all just, is that what we do? Just fall to the floor and try and win a free kick? Oh, dear. This is crazy. Havertz eating grass like a cow. TV1, when your fan base and media fawn over you, you probably think you're untouchable. That's Arteta. They've put him on a pedestal that he shouldn't be on. You know, you're right. Berta is the signing I'm most excited about. He will get this clown out next year. Arteta, halt. Arteta has ruined this team. Haven't missed 29. No, not at all. Not at all. The game is like waiting for a dental appointment. You know that root canal when you're sitting in the waiting room. Nelly Nelson, Spanish settings. Couple players last game just here for the warm-up and cool-down. Anyway, 4 minutes to go. Ashburton Army making a bit of noise in the ground today. Tierney's coming on, people, for the last time at the Emirates. Oh, it's Kieran Tierney, lad. It's Kieran Tierney, lad. It's the last time we will see him at the Emirates as an Arsenal player. Trossard's injured. Maybe Waneri will get a run out. Or maybe he'll put Kieran Tierney left wing. Tierney gets his farewell appearance. Waneri's still sat down, chatting to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling's doing youth work at Arsenal because he ain't here to play football. Tierney's coming on, people. Make sure you hit the like button. Over 5,000 of you in the chat. He's coming on for 3 minutes. Trossard's limping off. Trossard, he played all right. Do you know what? I can't remember the lyrics. What did I used to say? It's Kieran Tierney, lad. Stronger than a Tesco bag. It's Kieran Tierney, lad. If I ever see him again, I'm going to sing it to him. Tierney's on. I don't know what it is about Tierney, but I just feel like he should have had a better career at Arsenal. Whether that's the injuries, I don't know. I still think there's a really good left back there. But it's a shame. Lewis Skelly's quality anyway, so. But he's, you know, imagine Tierney really should have been the other left back that got used. Did we really need to buy Calafiori and play him at left back? Long ball, Calafiori! Wow, good take by Raya. Tried to head it back to Raya. Nearly didn't have enough power in it. Raya managed to collect it. Jeez. Big C, I just saw a high-speed chase in the Walmart parking lot. Maybe it's the Kroenke who's trying to get out of there. Tierney. Anyway, still 1-0. Rice still on the pitch. Tierney gives the ball away. And then Odegaard gives away a free kick. What are you doing? Odegaard's just winding me up. He just goes missing. Does nothing. We've got a good 5 players that I would get rid of. Honestly. I'd get rid of some of the big, not big names, but established names, I'll be honest. Who you got, Indiana or New York? I got to back the Knicks, bro. Brunson's cooking, but then Halliburton is serious player as well. African Giant, I've seen enough. I can tell Todd right now, make the transfer. What we saying, 50 M's for Ethan. 89th minute, he ain't coming on. He's going to be a sub not used again. Raya comes out and collects, throws it. We're actually trying to counter-attack. Come on. Come on, Martinelli. What you got? Don't run in a straight line. You're allowed to twist and turn. Lift up your head. Oh, it's just... Oh, he's like a train. He just stays on the track. You're on a football pitch, bro. You can go wherever you want. Livramento, good tackle. Goes out for a corner. That was all he was ever going to get. Honestly, Martinelli, bro, you are just... The fact Nwaneri can't get game time when players are playing like this is just crazy. Anyway. 1v1 there. Twist him, turn him, try and bend it in the far corner. Nuggets or OKC? Where is the game? They both seem to be better when they're playing at home. OKC are at home, so I'm going for them. No Sterling farewell, no. To be fair, I didn't realise we'd even signed him. Here's Declan Rice. Cuts inside, whips it in. It's flicked on in the air. Pope doesn't come for it. Oh, Partey looking for a penalty. Be stronger, bro. Look at Raya, man. Yo, what a ping that is, by the way. Ah, the touch ain't great, though. Kieran Tierney's give the ball away twice. Anyway, Partey has not been great today. That granddad Partey again. He can't run. Why do players nowadays try and win penalties when they're in good situations where you might have a good chance? I don't understand it. 5 minutes time added on, people. It's been a poor game, but... Yeah, why does Martinelli never cut in? The whole point of a right footer on the left is you cut inside and try and score that finish in the far corner. This guy just runs in a straight line. You'd think he was left-footed. He wants to cross the ball with his left foot all the time. It's a real strange way of playing. How has Arteta not improved him after all these years? Maybe he's uncoachable. Who knows? Jorginho's coming on for a farewell. Nearly 2,000 likes, people. Big up yourselves. Can we get 3,000 by the end of the stream? Jorginho will get his round of applause. Nwaneri will not come on again. Newcastle. What the? Oh my God. Raya could have caught the ball there and he controlled it with his foot. The man's trying to show off his skills. He wants to play in midfield next year. Then he gets clamped by Gordon. Now he's injured. Kay Hayes says, big up Don Curtis and the Goated community watching from Grenada Coast Guard base. Big up yourself, bro. Raya, second most clean sheets in the league. Matt Sells with the most for Forest. Jorginho coming on. Odegaard coming off. Another quiet Martin Odegaard performance. Jorginho gets the armband for the final. What's he getting? 2.5 minutes. But yeah, Raya's back up now after getting a kick. Why did he not just catch the ball? I don't get it. Another quiet Odegaard performance. Rice, 90 minutes after a late fitness test. Raya probably is man of the match just because of the saves. It's not his fault. Sell Martinelli for 40 million and get on with it. I'm not sure he'd get 40 million playing like this. It's not good. Joe Willock gets a yellow card. Was it Willock who caught him? Big up to everyone locked in, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 5,200 of you. Locked in. 2 minutes to go. Final home game of the season. Boring game. We'll take the 3 points. This guarantees Champions League football. It guarantees second in the league. Havertz on the floor again. David Raya gets booked. What's that for? Time wasting? Ethan Waneri, sub not used, people. What is actually going on? Why is he not being brought? Yeah, we're almost at 94k, people. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get the likes up. Don't forget we're sponsored by Proton. Scan the QR code and use the code Curtis Shaw TV, people. Free kick to Arsenal, minute to go. Oh, no, it's a free kick to them. Jeez, I thought it was our free kick. Last chance of the game for Newcastle. Pope smashes it long. Dan Burn wins the flick on. Tonali stamps on the ball. Arsenal win the free kick. No, ref says play on. How is that not a foul? Clipped in. Raya comes out for it. He's dropped it. No! Oh, wow, it fell away. We're on the break. Havertz, play it. Play it. Play Martinelli in. What are you doing? Is Martinelli, please? Oh, the ball bobbles past him. Martinelli, here's a chance. Shoot, man! Jorginho, he's playing in slow motion. It's like a hologram. He's lost the ball. 21 pace on FIFA. Even a hunter card can't make him quick. Newcastle, last chance of the game. Gordon up against Ben White. Cuts inside. Gives it away. And is he fouled there? Referee says no. Surely that's full time. For 21 seconds over the 5 minutes. Clipped into the area. Last chance of the game. Goes all the way to the back post. Bruno Guimaraes up against Ben White. He slips over. Hey! It's done. Ben White kicks it. What's going on? Blow the whistle, ref. Why did Ben White just give that ball to their goalkeeper? Pope clips it into the area. Raya comes out, punches it like Superman. We're away. Surely. Martinelli, take him on. Where you going? Lift up your head. You're so bad. He slips over. He's the worst Brazilian footballer I've ever seen. He's worse than Denilson, the midfielder who was drunk in Funky Buddha. Joe Willock, how long are we playing? You're a minute and 10 seconds over the 5 minutes. Willock wins a corner. What is going on here, people? This game is so bad. It's so bad. Peru Nelly is back at it, people. Look, Pope's in the area. If Pope scores this, I'm locking the stream off. Do refs want to make it any more clear they hate us? It would kind of be funny as well, but I would lock the stream off straight away. Please. Pope is up, people. This is the last chance of the game. Jorginho's marking him. That ain't a good look either. Gordon whips it in. It's flicked on. Pope went for it. Raya collects it. Right, we've won. They're all having a fight now. Smack him. Go on, hit him. Go on, what? Yeah, I like that. Raya's like, what? Yo, yes, Raya. I love get him. Go on, Raya, lad. I like that. He's got gloves on, man. He knows if he catches you with them gloves. I want to see who's up for the fight. They're high-fiving. Yo, don't be too excited, man. Second don't mean that much to me. I can't lie. I don't want to see... This team are going to celebrate, aren't they? Kivior gets a yellow card. That's the best part of the game, to be honest. Big up Mohammed, man. He's gifted 20 memberships to the community. Big up yourself, man. Welcome to the 20 new members as well. To the best community on football YouTube. Big up your damn selves. Shout out Mohammed. Legend. Make sure your settings are switched on as well, people, so you can be gifted memberships if they are handed out. We're at 2,000 likes as well. There's more time wasting going on here. The referee's just booking people and all. He don't know who to book. Phil Mitchell. Passion and aggression. Curtis is Glasner better than Arteta. I mean, he's won the Europa League. He's won the FA Cup. I think he won the second division in Germany as well. They're doing a VAR check, so I don't know what's going on here. Is someone going to get sent off or booked? I don't know. We're well over the time added on. We're in the 98th minute. There was 5 minutes added on. Most exciting part of the game this last 5 minutes. Big up everyone. We got a bit of excitement at the end, you know. Great stream, says Jeremiah. K. Hayes, thanks Don Curtis for your live stream. You have added laughter, knowledge and entertainment to our lives. I appreciate that, man. And there is the full-time whistle Arteta looks like he's really happy. Because listen, the money men upstairs will be saying you need to make sure you get Champions League football. So he's had that pressure taken off him. Arsenal will officially finish second in the Prem. Declan Rice, brilliant goal. Like I said, second doesn't mean much to me at all. It really doesn't. Champions League football secured. Southampton away next week. Pretty meaningless game. They'll probably be walking around the pitch and waving farewell a few of the players. Obviously, the likes of Tierney and Jorginho, it would be their last game. Be interesting to see if Partey's waving goodbye to the fans or not. Crap season, yeah. Last year, at the end of the game at home, Arteta went on the mic and said, don't be satisfied with second. But what's he going to say this year? He's been saying that it's a good season. He said in the press conferences it was an amazing season under the circumstances. We'll stay on for a little bit just to see what happens at the end of the game. Open top bus parade for second. Yeah, win the dog will be on the bus. This team gets me vexed. It's the frustrating thing, people, is that like it's the end of the season. We're second in the league, and we're not fighting for anything. That's what hurts about it. It's like we should be playing today to try and win a league title, or we should have had an FA Cup final yesterday, or I don't know. It's not enough, people. It's not enough. But Champions League football in the bag. It ticks financial boxes, doesn't it? They're mugging off Arsenal, saying the treble is complete. 3 second-place finishes in a row. How are you getting second 3 years in a row? That's wild. Southampton lost 2-0 to Everton. Brentford, how were Brentford? They were winning. Lost 3-2 to Fulham. Leicester beat Ipswich 2-0. Forest beat West Ham. We beat Newcastle 1-0. Boring season. But second is in the bag. Who cares? What we need to do now, what I'm interested in now is the transfer window. That's all I'm bothered about. Next week's game, all of that, don't care about any of it. Who are we signing? 71 points. So obviously last season, 89 points. This season, I think we'll beat Southampton next week. We can only get 74 points. That's a 15-point drop-off from last season. That's 5 wins down on last season. Newcastle have won more games than we have in the Prem. Newcastle obviously under a bit of pressure now. They look like they were pretty much guaranteed Champions League, but look how tight that is at the top. Forest 65, Man City 65. They have got a game in hand. Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle all on 66. So next week's watch-along, we will have the Arsenal game on in the background, but I'm going to watch Forest against Chelsea. I think that's the most exciting thing left in the Premier League now. Who gets in the Champions League spots and what club misses out. I suppose looking at it, you're thinking, whatever club misses out, could you go and... Are there players you could get from them? If Villa miss out, could you get Morgan Rogers? If Newcastle miss out, could you get Isak? Could you get Bruno Guimaraes? Man City, I mean, I don't think they would sell as any of their top players, but it would be very interesting if City were to miss out. Imagine Pep in the Europa League. That's just crazy. So Pepe's hitting form with Villarreal. I've heard, I saw a few clips the other day. Pepe was always a good player. He just wasn't, under Arteta, he never really, Saka was there then, wasn't he? So Pepe got downgraded to a backup player and it wasn't going to happen. He always had talent. Burkowski said the last 2 breaks we got on goal is a summary of where we need to buy players. For Martinelli and 29 need to be improved. If I'm trying to look at it from a more positive point of view, we've only lost 4 games this season in the Premier League. Liverpool have lost 3 and won the title. So in terms of teams beating Arsenal, we're right there pretty much next to Liverpool. The problem is they've drawn 8 games, we've drawn 14 games. And that is because we do not have enough firepower. We're turning up with a Super Soaker 500 water gun. You know what I mean? They're turning up with a shotgun. Like, we got no chance. Salah wins them games. Diaz will win them games. Gakpo's won them games. We don't have enough match winners in this team, unfortunately. And that's what we need to do next season. We need players that can just win us a game out of nothing. We just don't have that. Even Saka at the moment, they double up on him. It's quite predictable. We give him the ball too late. We wait too long. We have got to get a striker that can score goals. We've got to get a left winger. We're not good enough on the left. We're not good enough on the left either. Yeah, Rice was interviewed there. I didn't hear it. I didn't. The volume low. Super Soaker 500, by the way. If you was having a water fight back in the day and you turned up with that, it was serious. A few water balloons and a Super Soaker 500, people were in trouble. Yeah, I'd love Villa and Forest to get top 4. More Forest, actually. I don't mind Villa. If I'd like couple of them bigger teams to miss out. Eze would be quality. I think Arsenal will give Odegaard an opportunity to come back again next season, but I think that Arsenal need a different type of midfielder. Even if you're bringing him in as competition, like, we need an attacking midfielder that can get on the ball and drive forward and take people on. When you've got an attacking midfielder that can turn and drive forward and go past people, it opens the game up. So if you get past their defensive midfielder, then the defense is panicking. Do I go to the ball or do I back off? You've seen Kevin De Bruyne do it. You've seen Gerrard back in the day. Fabregas used to do it. We haven't got a midfielder that can get the ball, drive, open up the game, either shoot or just slide that pass. That's what we lack. We really lack that. Because I'm just concerned that no matter who we bring in, if you play like that, we're still going to struggle. If you want your left winger and right winger to defend as much as that, it doesn't matter if you go and sign Rodrigo or Leao or Lookman or anyone. If you're making them defend as much as that, it's going to be hard. Have they got the work rate to go up and down the pitch like that? You know, and if you keep playing Odegaard and he's playing like that, you're going to struggle. And the striker needs service. So I think it's more than just signing 2 or 3 good players. 2 seasons ago, we were the most exciting team to watch in the league. We squandered the 8-point lead when Saliba got injured. But you said, okay, learning curve, go into the market. We spent 200 million. I thought last season, from January to the end of the season, I thought we were a brilliant team. Defensively solid, could still score goals. But we fell short again because we didn't have that clutch player. We didn't have that prolific striker. Now this season, it's like we've doubled down. We've been so defensive. We're going to end up with the best defensive record in the league. We're not going to concede 4 goals next week, which is how many goals we are ahead of Liverpool. What I think Arteta has maybe done wrong. What I think Arteta's done wrong is, because we didn't win the league last year, it's almost like he thinks I've got to change something drastically. Where sometimes you've got to just keep doing the right thing until it works. You know, like if you go gym for a week and you smash the gym for a week and you look in the mirror and you go, yo, I don't even look no different. You've just got to keep doing the right thing. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Eat properly, you'll start seeing the results. I feel like Arteta's gone, well, we didn't win the league, so I've got to change what we did. Where I actually think last season, the formula in that second half of the season was correct. You will win the league playing like that. You just need better players in those positions. So Havertz has got to come out and you've got to put Gyökeres or Isak or Osimhen. You've got to take Martinelli out and get a proper left winger. Take Odegaard out, or Odegaard hopefully goes back to the level that he was at 2 years ago. So I feel like he's gone into this defensive shell and it doesn't suit us going forward. He has neglected the attack massively. He needs to fix that. Hopefully Berta can push him to do that. Rice said the team was poor, said the Prem form dropped off because they were chasing the Champions League. How do I feel about that comment? I actually want to get the quotes up because a lot of you in the comments talking about Rice and what he just said. Whether the quotes will show up straight away. I don't think we can allow them to have that excuse. Top clubs should be able to chase more than one trophy at once, but maybe they did, but I don't give them that excuse. He said we need to sign players. Well, he said that in January. And listen, Declan Rice is a fantastic player in this team and a big character. Big character. So even he's probably thinking, bro, I just won a trophy at West Ham. I've now been at Arsenal for 2 years. I ain't even seen a final. He will get frustrated as well. Blessing said, last year the system was perfect. We didn't have the attacking personnel. Instead, every time we fail, Arteta changes the system. There you go. Exactly what I was saying, bro. Should have just said, okay, didn't quite get there. We just need better players. But then we had a poor window in the summer. Didn't get those upgrades. So that's what's left us short again this summer. I think he's just got to go back to what we were doing in the second half of last season. Play on the front foot a little bit more and play quicker. What is the internet saying about Saliba? I can't see anything. 100 games played, 68 games won. Same as Sol Campbell and Lauren. Calafiori did all right there, to be honest. Not easy for a defender to come on in the second half. And he was all right. Him and Kivior, I thought, could have been a bit shaky, but they were pretty solid. So give them some credit. Remember when Arteta that time said you can't play two left-footed centre backs? They didn't look too bad there in the second half. 22-23, we were just electric. We were electric, and we need more of that. We need more of that. He needs to allow these players to play on the front foot. Raya tied for the Golden Glove. Does that put him to 13 now? And with Southampton next week, you would think that would be a clean sheet. Forest play Chelsea. Chelsea might nick a goal. He might win the Golden Glove, which would be great for him. To play quicker, you need a proper 10. Good point. Good point. I don't know what's going on. I genuinely can't understand what's going on with Odegaard. Like, I know we're sitting here saying Odegaard's poor, but what has changed in his game? He was so influential. I used to sit here on streams and say, if Odegaard plays well, we win. He's that important to the team. I've seen these reports online, and I kind of hope, obviously, I don't want him to have an operation, but it would explain things if he needs an operation and that's why he's playing so badly. But if it's not the case, then I just can't understand what's going on. There has to be, we've got to start looking at how Martin Odegaard was at such a level, and now some of us are saying, you've got to drop him, take the armband off him. Some people are even saying, get rid of him. That can't just be, he's out of form and he's a bad player. You don't just become a bad footballer. I can't understand what's happened to him. I can't figure it out. He looks scared to shoot. He doesn't play forward passes. I don't get it. I can't figure out what's going on with that guy. But they've got to figure out a way to get him back. I want to hear what Arteta's saying here. No, I'm still here. I'm listening to Arteta. He's kind of bigging up the season. He's doing that thing. He's got this narrative that everything that we've been up against this season. Yeah, I know exactly. I know exactly what he's saying before he says it. I don't even need to listen to it. Has Jamal scored a banger? Yeah, I'm gonna go and watch that, man. There must be more Chelsea rejects we can take. I don't want none of them. Second again, LA is really going to stick to us now, isn't it? That's 3 times in a row. Yeah, I know exactly what I was going to say. LSU gifted 5 memberships. Big up yourself, bro. Hope you're well, man. Bruffy, seriously, best case scenario, who would take Odegaard? Bro, you know what? I'm just at a point with Arsenal where I'm more looking at reality than anything else. Odegaard will play for Arsenal. He will be captain. He ain't going nowhere. Do you know what I mean? And Arteta's going to be here. So we got to figure out what's wrong with him. Has Jamal done it again? I bet he scored exactly the same goal, Annie. What's he done? Jamal, the first touch. The second touch. Oh, my days. He is unbelievable. This guy, Lamine Yamal, is on another planet. Look at the touch. Oh, my. Nah. He's that guy, man. Just give him the Ballon d'Or now. I don't care if he wins the Champions League. Yamal gets made the best player in the world at Barca. At Arsenal, Waneri gets benched. Fraud Arteta. Elliot said our levels have to be raised next season. Second place ain't good enough. You've nailed it there. It isn't even about whether I can't, man. Honestly, last time I showed that Gyökeres goal, they threw the copyright thing at me. So if it's a GIF, I can do it. But if it's a normal video, I can't do it. I would do. I could tell you exactly what the goal is. He cuts inside, bends it in the bottom corner. Yeah, things have to change. The one thing that I'm looking forward to next season is I don't think he's going to get away with what's happening at the moment. Even people that are massive fans of Arteta, even they are saying he's got to win something next year. And he has to. He absolutely has to. There's no way he can get away with winning nothing next season and making out that's acceptable. He's saying there that, you know, exceptional circumstances. So in his mind, he thinks we've been up against it all season, injuries, red cards, and it's amazing that we've still finished second. I don't look at it like that. You didn't use your squad properly. You didn't sign good enough players in the window. You don't rotate enough. Those are the things that I'm looking at. Len said, bro, Saka doesn't have that in his locker. He can't. Saka doesn't find that shot as easy as Jamal does. HH says, Gittins for Martinelli. We're being linked with this Gittins. I don't think his levels, really. I don't really want that Gittins. Arteta Sexual said that last season. That's the thing, bro. I heard people saying last season, yo, this season he's got to win something. 12 months later, this season he's got to win something. I heard that 12 months ago. So why have we just ignored that? But he's going to be here. He's going to be here at the end of the day. Lewis Skelly signing shirts. Ben Davis, Curtis, you are so honest with your views no matter what. I try, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just say it as I see it, you know? Overall, it's a disappointing season for Arsenal. It has to be. I suppose on one hand, it's positive that finishing second is now seen as disappointment when disappointment was finishing 8th. However, you don't get a medal for finishing second in the Prem, and you don't get a medal for finishing 8th in the Prem. So we're going home trophyless. The only thing that improves, you play in a better competition, and the owners get more money in their pocket. Now, we need to start seeing the benefits of that. We need to see the benefits. Everybody knows what's required this summer. If they don't go into that market with ambition, people need to start turning on this ownership. It's as simple as that, because I'm doing watch-alongs for Crystal Palace, and I'm sitting there like this, raw. I wish that was Arsenal right now. Crystal Palace, you know. How am I watching Crystal Palace I'm thinking, I wish Arsenal were in their situation for that day. You do get a medal. No, not in the Prem. Not in the Prem, bro. You finish second in the Prem, you don't get no medal. There's no medals in the Prem. You might do in the 100-meter sprint, but you don't in the Prem. Medals for winning, everything else, nothing. Empty-handed. Go home. Not a thing. I expected Arteta to say that. He's saying it all the time. Doctor said, if Pillowfoot is truly injured, why is for Arteta still fielding him? Play Ethan. These excuses are boring and wafer thin. Arteta and his cult out. Well, that would be the question, wouldn't it? If Odegaard isn't fit and requires an operation, why is he on the pitch? Yamal is saving football. Individual brilliance is back. Yeah. Do you think Ethan will play next week? I'm thinking, how will he view that game next week? We've guaranteed second, so does he think, I'll play Jorginho, I'll play, those guys, or does he just go full strength? I don't know. I really don't know how he'll view that game. The medal is that second gets more money. And these club owners like money. Yeah, 100%. I think you get like another 2 million or something if you're something like that. But you get a few million. Now, that means a lot. That means a lot. Big C, I don't know. What was that? Sorry, I'll come back to that. Big C, I don't know if you saw Arsenal podcast. Arsblog did a live show. Arteta, yeah, telling fans to be patient. Be patient, bro. Five years. Kurt said, Mikel Arteta, make sure the ones upstairs do what they have to do. I like that. Put a bit of pressure on. How old was Owen when he won the Ballon d'Or? Won he about 19 or something like that at Liverpool? Saka was poor today. He needs competition. The thing is, bro, he's got competition, but if we don't use him, then there is no competition, is there? Rizza, shameful the way Arteta raised his hands after the win. I didn't like that. It was, oh, yes, we've got second. I keep my job. Nah, come on, man. Marco said, big up C, listened to and watched every watch-along this season. Can't wait for this Arteta cult to end. Starving for a trophy right now. Arteta out. Arteta out. Pundits on Sky talking about our lack of depth and ruthlessness up front. Liverpool are better equipped than us to go further because they have goal scorers off the bench. We don't. That must change. It's like that by design, though, isn't it? That's the thing. It's not like he walked in and was given this squad and he's like, that's all I've got to work with. You signed Havertz and Odegaard and Marino, and you gave Martinelli 180 grand. You signed Trossard. So that's what frustrates me when he sort of says, oh, this is all I've got. It's like, but you chose this. Nobody wanted Kai Havertz for 65 million. So he's got to be ruthless. He's got to be ruthless because we're also going to have to sell players to clear the wage bill so that we can go and give maybe a Gyökeres 270 grand a week. To do that, you've got to get rid of people. Declan Rice scored. Quality goal. Distant Gooner said, I think we should cash in on Martinelli. His age, I think we can get some cash. I've changed my mind about 3 times on that. I said, sell Trossard. He's 30. He's got a year left. Don't want to give him a new contract. Keep Martinelli as younger. But when Martinelli's playing like that, and apparently Saudi clubs are looking at him, we haven't benefited from Saudi yet, have we? We see like Mitoma offers for 65 million from Saudi. Come and sign Martinelli for 60 million. You can have him. You can take him. When are them Saudi clubs going to come and sign our players? Josh Kroenke today saying we will invest. Dre, he also said be excited. I wasn't very excited watching us today. So he's got to be ruthless. I think he needs to break this squad up and get a good 5 or 6 players out of this team now and just say, look, I've given you the opportunity. You're not good enough. We're not going to win a title with Martinelli as our starting left winger. You know, we're not. So 2-0 to Barca. Who scored? Merson. What's he saying? I'll listen back to this anyway. Who scored for Barca? Don't tell me it was Lamine again. It can't be. It can't be. Was it him again? Or Ferran? Was it Ferran Torres? Oh, Fermin Lopez. Okay, fair enough. Season is a shambles as we finished above City. It's crazy, isn't it? We've waited years to finish above Man City, and the year we finish above them, we still don't win the league, man. What's going on? You know what I mean? Odegaard is not being picked on merit. He has not earned the right to get this many minutes. This is one of the problems. And I've always said with, Yamal hit the bar. I've always said with Arteta, he picks and chooses when to be ruthless. And that's what I don't like. He needs to be ruthless with players, even if he likes them. He's got to say, yo, I like you as a person, but you're not good enough. You're going to get me the sack in the end. I would get rid of some of the established players in this team. I think you've got to get rid of one of the two left wingers. I would get rid of Havertz. I would get rid of Zinchenko. Jorginho's going. Obviously, Neto and Sterling are going. Players need to go. You need to clear the wage bill. So, problem with the suggestion of playing Jesus on the left, he can't be. Jesus got to go in January as soon as he's fit. He's got to go. Yamal nutmeg, then hit the bar. I'm going to watch that game as soon as I come off here, just to watch some exciting football, people. We're going to round up, and then I will do a quick fan cam, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow at 1:30. Yamal, his levels, yeah, he's the best player in the world to watch, man. He's the best player in the world to watch. Man of the match today, David Raya. Made save after save after save. But I still don't like his distribution on the ball. Barcelona cleansing our eyes. They're saving us, people. Saving us. People, I'm going to round up. 3.5K still locked in. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate your support today. Remember, we're sponsored by Proton VPN. Scan the QR code. Use the code CurtisShawTV. Fancam will be out in the next hour. And I'll be back at 1:30 tomorrow. Press conference reaction, transfer news, waffle settings. Take care. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll see you all soon, people. Second again. Ole, ole. Bless.